Boys,
What's going on?
top of the morning. Hey, B.
What's up?
Sanger said before we start recording, he said, I guess we are recording. He said, hey, good luck in Guillotine today, but not too much good luck.
Bro, the stress of a guillotine league is like nothing else. Like
It's
normally,
4 games and 1.
yeah, like normally if a dude gets hurt, you like, okay, I got to think of somebody I can replace him with for next week, blah blah. If a motherfucker get hurt in this league, that could be your last week in
Yep.
the league. Like it's so much stress. Every performance matters that much more. Like, and you just hoping you ain't the last man, because if you is, you get chopped. And people be talking shit. Like, right, it's probably the most stressful yet satisfying, because literally every carry, catch, pass, everything matters like nothing else. Man, but it's also fun as hell. So no, I've enjoyed it. So
Yeah, it's a great league.
tell Singer I appreciate that. Right, you get a budget of $1,000 to like bid on players if they're released and all that stuff, right? Literally, my first week, I spent all of my $1,000.
He blew the bag.
But hear me out. Justin Jefferson became available. I'm like, hey, I'd rather go get Justin Jefferson and say fuck my budget, because I mean, if you lose your first week, you just lose $1,000
He
and like,
spent $800 on Jefferson, which honestly, Chase, Jamar Chase, Jefferson, Bijan, and Saquon are like the 4 guys who would go for $700-800 in that league.
so I spent that. I paid $99, I think, for
The tight end from Cleveland.
Harold
Yeah.
Fanning, and then I spent 100 on Pinchero. So like, but I already had Mahomes, I already had Tyreek Hill, like George Kittle got hurt, so it's like I'm like, fuck, if I'm gonna lose, like I was like a top 3 team week 1, like it was a little rough because I drafted Gibbs with my first pick,
Yeah.
so week 1 he didn't do shit, so it's like, bro, like any week a star player don't have like they normal. Bro, like I literally was looking at the score all Monday night, be like, damn, I hope I ain't want to be the first person kicked
for
out
week
my
one,
first
yeah.
league. Like, I couldn't have that, so I'm like, fuck it. So like I said, I spent that money on those 3 players, but last week I was like a top 3 team, like, and Justin Jefferson still really ain't had that type of game. But again, I got Mahomes, I have Gibbs, I end up having Stevenson, the running back for the Patriots, who went off last week. Who else? So like, I have a good team. I think I got my man's Downs from the Colts. So now it's like, okay, I traded Chris Godwin for Dak and like $85. So now I got a little money to work with, right? I can, you can trade some players and get a little cash.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm learning, like, your team could be so loaded after a certain point, you damn near like can beat yourself with having to decide who to play over who. Like, I'm like, fuck that. I don't want none of that. Like, I'm just gonna have a loaded team and just slowly maybe add guys
It's all
later.
fun and
but-
games until the bye weeks, though.
Exactly. Like, also thinking of the bye weeks, like, bro, you have to consider small things like that, like none others. So I've enjoyed it though, Drew. I appreciate you
It's fun.
getting me into that league,
We could
man.
try and get you in next year. We kicked 2 people out last year just to have people we know in. So
I'm down.
Oh man. So the first note that I had here, actually, do you guys have anything specific you wanted to start with?
no, just that little guillotine nugget.
Okay, well that's I think a great setting the tone for a great episode. The first Did You Know I had though was a little different. Legendary film and music video director Diane Martell passed away, and honestly,
Rest in peace.
I never heard of her name like before she passed away, but I came across the information, and when I saw the list of videos and I saw artists tagging her and thanking her for her creativity, I just have a list of some of the music videos that she's produced. Onyx, Throw Your Guns, Method Man, Bring the Pain, Lords of the Underground, Chief Rocka, Gangstar, Mass Appeal, Keith Murray, The Most Beautifulest Thing in the World, Redman, Can't Wait, ODB, Brooklyn Zoo, Method Man Again with Mary J. Blige, I'll Be There For You, like LL Cool J, 4321, Mariah Carey, Bone Thugs, Breakdown, like so many legendary. Prodigy, Keep It Thorough, Clips, Grindin', Jennifer Lopez, Get Right Remix, Robin Thicke, Blurred Lines, Omarion Touch. Like, I'm like, wait, it's amazing to me to see somebody like involved with so much, but also kind of like I guess not be known to somebody like me. So I just wanted to give her the credit she deserves for her creativity. And yeah, I just wanted to give her a recognition because I didn't really know about her, but learning about her since her passing, I'm like, wow, that's a hell of a list. And that's not even all the songs and videos she's been behind. So just wanted to give her the, that send off. I hate to see that.
Yeah.
As of September 15th, only 4 hip-hop songs at the time were charting on the global Spotify chart. That was the lowest number in the chart's 9-year history. On this exact day 5 years ago, there were 56 rap songs in the chart. So I actually was kind of surprised by that, and I was curious what y'all thought about that. Was that surprising to hear that figure, or what do y'all think when y'all hear something like that?
I think we're going back to the age of where every genre can be a hit again, and it's like not as quite as diverse as the '90s, but you're seeing more and more country tracks now reach #1 in new heights and top hundreds and all that. So, yeah, just a little more diverse now.
Yeah, Draw agree.
Well, I mean, I agree. Yeah, it is a little bit more diverse. Also, hip hop is not making a lot of good music, so the cream is always going to rise to the top. And right now, pop music and country music is the ones that's popping right now. So that's the ones that's going to be on the charts. Hip hop music not really doing much as far as pop culture is involved. So it is what it is.
No, great point. 31 years ago, Notorious B.I.G. dropped Ready to Die, featuring Juicy, Big Papa, One More Chance, Who Shot You, Warning, and many more tracks. Currently 6 times platinum. Any thoughts or anything you guys want to add to that?
I honestly thought it was Diamond. That's
Right,
kind of
yeah.
seems low to me.
That's real.
6 times, yeah, that's still crazy. But 31 years is insane. Like, so just to think about it like that. But yeah, classic album.
Man. Kanye West and Pusha T's Runaway has now surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify. Becomes Yee's 11th song to reach that milestone, but actually becomes the first for Pusha T. So shout out to Pusha T, especially after that clip you shared, Gerard. It's like, man, a lot of those guys are a lot more loyal than they needed to be for a lot longer than they probably should have been.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I think of Pusha T, obviously, because I don't know if the listeners out there, there's a clip that surfaced of Kanye basically shitting on the verse that Pusha T provided, and his reasoning was beyond disrespectful to his own people. So I couldn't believe that, but also thinking back to Big Sean and like the stories Big Sean said of doing shit for Kanye, helping him with verses, and him trying to get on songs as he's trying to put his album bro, shout out to those guys. I know they was called good music, but he really signed some good dudes because they was way too polite for far too long. I'm sorry.
Yo, I just don't like, man, that I'm glad Push got away because I don't like that type of environment because ain't nobody gonna say nothing to him. Like y'all just
everybody,
let him,
nobody said a word.
Nobody said a word. Y'all just gonna let him say some dumb shit like that. And that yeah.
Last time we had a deep dive on Kanye, I remember saying when you make so much money, you basically get to a point where people around you just ain't telling you or you ain't listening. And seeing that clip, like you said, Gerard, there ain't no way in hell. I don't give a fuck how much money Kanye got. I don't care what role I had. To say something like that, and like you said, nobody was like, "Wait, hold on," or even ask him bro, you don't really mean
right? Yeah, you can't be serious, dog.
Nah.
But so even it's another clip that because I guess he got a documentary coming out, but a bunch of shit that's been going on in the background where he said that shit on SNL and how basically saying deplorable things about the black people that work at SNL and saying Lauren Michael is basically y'all daddy and shit like that. And so Michael Shea was like, bro, what the fuck? Yo, you can feel the way you want to feel. I don't give a fuck how, whatever you got going on between Lauren, you got to let us know you about to say some shit about us so we can defend ourselves. You can't say that shit. We've been cool the whole time you was here. And at the end of the night, you going to say some shit like this? No, you can't do that, dog.
Well, and he kept saying, he's we fuck with you. Yeah, we love you. He kept saying it the whole time.
What? And then Consequence going to step in. I also hate that. If two men are talking,
Yeah.
I'm not about to step in between two men talking. Y'all gonna figure that shit out. Consequence stepping in like he fucking Kanye's like handler or something. Hey man, like no, get the fuck out the way. I'm talking to this man. Unless you want something too. Now I can talk to both of y'all. Like come on, man. Like
the comment section on that video is wild. It's like all I can see is Consequence's teeth.
It's Consequence's teeth, yeah.
I gotta see
his teeth are like hanging out of his mouth the whole video. And he's got like a goofy ass face on the whole time.
Yeah, he goofy as fuck. But yeah, shout out to Uncle Shay because he stood up and said something like, "No, you can't do that, dog." Like,
well, he was saying too, like Gerard was saying too. They were just talking. It never got to the point of like physicality or anything. And for Consequence to come in and like, "Hey, chill." It's like, no, it's not even like they're not even at that point yet where they need to chill. Just let them talk it out. And
let them talk.
Kanye was actually being real respectful of Michael Che, like listening to him. Usually Kanye overtalks people and has his ways, so it's actually kind of nice to see a light of that. Like,
but Kanye is only confrontational when he's by himself. Like when you approach Kanye, he's always respectful. Like he always gonna sit right there and have a conversation. It's the same thing that happened when he was at TMZ with Van Lathan. Like he only gonna yell and get belligerent when he talking to the sky. Like when he talking to the ethers. When he had to talk to a person, he's the greatest guy of all time. He ain't trying to do nothing for real. Like so.
Honestly, it's funny hearing y'all say that and thinking of this week with Cameron and Dame Dash. Like, and he commented on. I come across a video where he talked about how Dame Dash seen a video with 50 basically run up and dapping up, showing love to Cameron. But I guess he did like the checking his pockets, like saying he had money type shit. So Dame Dash comes out of nowhere and is like, yo, like, how you from Harlem letting another man check your pockets, blah, blah, blah. And he like basically explained like, it ain't like that, bro. And he cool with 50. Like, Dame Dash, the lamest part about him is how he tries to use things that happen to a person to manipulate or paint this narrative that just be wild as hell. So he ended up asking Cameron apparently like, yo, you cool if I post about 50? Because I guess him and 50 obviously not getting along. So Cameron's like, yo, that don't have nothing to do with me, but do what you want to do, right? He's thinking he gonna talk about the pocket check. Dame go around talking about letting another man pat on his ass, and it's like Cameron like, yo, that's not what we talked about and what you said you was gonna say, but at the same time Cameron still is like, yo, he trying to, get some attention, get some stuff, like, better his situation. I'm not going to say anything. So to see now still the shit that Dame is doing, like, just the embarrassment of how much he's going to be his own boss, despite the fact that his clear ego has fucked him over. And you just see, I mentioned that because whether it's Dame Dash, Kanye, all the stories we heard about Jay-Z deciding to do X, Y, and Z, it's like, actually, Jay-Z is a very brilliant man because he did what he needed to do and separated himself from both of y'all. Because it's clear, y'all literally just letting y'all ego and it's like it's taking y'all to a place where even as genius as both of them are, I want to give them credit. Dame Dash and Kanye are both geniuses, obviously, but man, like to have such a gift and fuck yourself over because you think so highly of yourself, not having respect for other people, like I remember watching Dame Dash go into meeting rooms and just being blatantly disrespectful in clips. I'm like, walking around like that, it's only going to last for so long. Like, and he was only able to do that because of, it feels like, having artists like Jay-Z and other people where they couldn't go to anybody else. But now it's like, it's all making sense. Like, you cannot be disrespectful consistently to people and expect them to continue to want to do business with you. Like, ain't nobody's product, ain't nobody, like, there's nothing worth that type of disrespect. So, I said all to say, Jay-Z is clearly a genius because both of them have showed their ass time and time again.
Well, let me ask you something. That Charlemagne interview, I saw just like the highlights of it pretty much. How did it get to that point to where they were Charlemagne and Dame were just going back and forth like little kids?
So
like what happened was the thing?
What happened was Dame, he had to file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. And so the Breakfast Club spoke about him filing, and Dame commented on their Instagram saying that, it's chatty patty to talk about somebody when they're not in the room. Y'all should let me come up there and tell my point of view. Envy and Charlemagne was like, Dame, you're always welcome up here. If you want to come up here, you can come up here. Dame thought he was about to come up there and kind of be like Birdman and just like run rampant through the room. Charlemagne, a lot like, he came in there, he was like, every time I talk, Dame said this, he said, every time I talk, y'all cut me off. So when y'all ask a question, I'll answer it, let me answer it, but don't cut me off. Charlemagne was like, all right, cool. So they asked Dame a question. Dame didn't answer the question, and then asked Charlemagne a question. And Charlemagne was like, "That's not how this is gonna work. Like, you're not about to just come up here and
waste an air.
I asked you a question, you didn't answer the question, and asked me a question. Like, no, we're not gonna do that." And then Dame was like calling Charlemagne gay and this, that, and the other, like disrespecting him. And Charlemagne said, "Yeah." Charlemagne was like, "All right, cool. If that's the way you want to play this, at first we was gonna let you like really get your shit off, but if that's the way you're gonna play this, I'm only gonna respect you as much as you respect in the room. You're disrespecting the room, so now I'm gonna disrespect you." Yeah, and that's how it went.
That shit about the house was just like, how do you relax? He's like, do you have a house on the water where you can just sit back and relax?
Let me see your view. It's like, bro, how old are we, dog?
How much money you make? How much money you make? I'm like, bro, like he's clearly successful, like Charlemagne is.
He actually did show his view. I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but it actually was.
Bro, we all knew how DJ Envy House is massive, bro. Like,
he's been around for years. That's the problem.
It's like, I saw that, and thank you for adding that, Drew. Like, but I also saw another clip where Cameron was admitting like how much he tried to go out his way to help Dame Dash after losing, or trying to sell his part of Rockefeller, where it was shown that clearly Jay-Z made an offer to Dame Dash. Dame Dash didn't wish to do business with him for personal reasons. Mace stepped in and went to Cameron, was like, "Yo, we can't let this happen despite all the disrespect."
Mace don't even like Dame.
Don't even like Dame. Was like, like, we'll offer him $1 million. Like, reached out to Dame. Dame's like alleging he has a $6 million offer on the table from Drake and is waiting, and mentioned NBA YoungBoy, and basically took like 3 weeks to say like, "Yo, I don't know, I'm waiting on these offers." And then when he circled back 3 weeks later and was like, "Yo, I'm ready to accept the deal," Cameron reached out to I forget the lady's name. He said this. Mace too, but also a lady, I guess, in charge of like decision making when it comes to the budget. And she's like, "No, we was waiting. Like, no, we not offering that no more." So he went back, and Dame again spun it into like, "Oh, you can't make your own decisions." When Cameron told him like, "Oh, you got to answer to other people," and it's like, no, again, ego. Like, why are you making this art? Like, apparently $6 million must have been what he thought was a good deal in his mind, but also you have clear $1 million offer on the table multiple times, and you turn it down just to lose everything and get nothing. So a lesson again about ego, bro. Please don't let your ego put you in a situation like Dame Dash. It's literally like that. There's an analogy of a person that's stuck in the water and asking God for help. Two people go and try to carry that person out the water, and they say no, they're waiting on God. End up drowning, and guess what? Get to God and say, "God, I was asking for your help," and God say, "Hey, I sent 2 people your way, and you turned them down." Like, you can only help a person that truly wants to be helped. So I will leave it at that. Not trying to shit on Dame Dash, but it's just honestly sad to see.
No, we should shit on him at this point. He did it to himself.
You're right, because I remember watching his MTV Cribs and seeing him wear a white tee and like, "Yo, we don't wash our white tees, we throw them away." I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, bro, that's probably expensive, but that's some baller ass shit. But now you look back and it's like, wait, you didn't even wash your t-shirt? Oh yeah, you was bound to go broke with these dumbass habits. So it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
We all got egos, but his is just super inflated. Like,
you can't let it go unchecked for that long.
Yeah, I mean, Dame has great ideas. Like I said, I want to give him his props. Like, he has great ideas, and the things that he's been doing creatively with BlackRock and the things that he's doing with America New is great. It's visionary shit. It's just that he doesn't want to, like, he wants his hand in everything. He wants to make the decision for everything. The difference between him and Hove is like, hey, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. Like, I don't need to, I let the professionals make the decisions where they need to be made. I don't need to make every single liner note, like every single decision. And Dame don't think he a boss unless he's making every single decision, investing all of his money into it. And I just think that's stupid. Like, to me, that's not great business. Like, so, and that's the reason why he at where he at. So,
as a good leader, though, you realize you don't have to be in control or dictate everything. Like, give people the power to, delegate some tasks to them, get stuff done. Like, empower people to feel like they
Right.
can handle stuff once you taught them the way. Like, you don't have to. That's basically a form of micromanaging. Like, I
Yes.
have to touch on and it's like, bro, like that's not how it works. And again, when you add disrespect to it and not treating people the right way, like I've seen interviews of Dame Dash talking to his brothers, calling him not a man. Like,
Oh yeah. Yep.
clearly disrespecting people that you're supposed to love. So it's like, who don't you disrespect? Like, who won't you go too far with? And then it's the blatant lying, like coming on the Breakfast Club and saying you about to be named the chairman of
Revolt.
what
Yeah.
was the Revolt? Like,
Yeah.
and like just blatantly like, oh, it hasn't been announced. Mind you, they not like trying to slander him, but they like, bro, this hasn't been reported anywhere. Like, you can
Right.
see why we wouldn't believe that. And they're like, oh no, I wanted to the timing. I wanted to come up here. It's gonna be announced tomorrow, and the announcement made the next day was actually he was lying and full of shit. So
Yeah.
Jesus.
yeah, if he lied about some shit like that on national a national interview, I don't want to know how far or
Yeah.
the extent.
That's
he
what
will
Cam
go.
said. Cam was like, people always told me, "Hey man, Dame be lying," and he was like, "I ain't think about it because that's my man. Like I'm not paying attention. I'm only gonna go off of the experience that I have with him." And then what he did with these, like, nah, this nigga really do be lying. Like,
Like, who would lie about some shit like that? But, man, I'm glad I got to get that off my chest. I appreciate y'all, fellas. Switching it up a little bit, Crawford versus Canelo. The fight on September 13th,
yes.
2025 was for the undisputed super middleweight title. Crawford won by unanimous decision. I told everybody last week I fell asleep, did not see a bit of that fight, went back and watched the highlights. But with this victory, Crawford became the first male boxer to claim undisputed championships in 3 weight classes. I just want to say I don't know if I've ever in my lifetime seen a fighter like Bud Crawford. Like,
Man.
I don't know a lot of men that would try to not only move up in weight, but move up in weight to fight somebody as great as Canelo.
Yeah.
I think he's the best example of ducking no smoke that we've
Yeah.
seen in boxing against in my lifetime. Who you are and what you choose to believe. There's certain people that believe even Floyd was ducking certain matchups, and like I can't think of one person that's truly wanted to fight Terence Crawford that was on his level and that he didn't find a way to fight him and show like who the better man was. Like,
yeah,
I think, and again, not to bash Floyd, I love Floyd, and I think he's very, even as great as people realize he was with never losing. Like the way he switched up his career and went from like an offensive fighter to defensive fighter, like deserves a lot of credit. Also stayed in shape year round, so he didn't have to crush himself in some of his training. Like he did that all the time. So, but also learning a guy like Bud Crawford was closer, I guess, to his natural weight in this fight. Seeing how much he had to do just to compete at the level he was at before he began to move up, like seeing what he did to Errol Spence, like that was a masterclass in itself. Where it's like, wow, like I thought this was going to be an even fight, and it did not look even. And seeing a guy like Canelo, who was thought to be the bigger guy, and Bud, would he be able to handle the power of somebody in the ring like that? He did. Like not only that, his power, you could see Canelo, the reaction after some of his shots was looking like, damn, like you could tell when a person is a very strong puncher. Like you see the interviews with boxers talking about their knowledge, and it's just like, man, like because of Floyd, I feel like almost like the Steph Curry effect with basketball, like how some kids don't even know what a good shot is anymore, X, Y, and Z. Like a lot of fighters are so fearful of a loss because of social media, because of Floyd being undefeated. And it's like, bro, what the fans truly want to see is matches where you really don't know who's going to win. Like the real heart of a champion, in my opinion, is when you go into that ring with a very comparable opponent, and you don't know at the end of the day, even with all your training, all this studying, like if you truly will win, but yet you still go in that ring and just see what happens. Like, there's a lot of dudes that's not taking certain fights because they know it's a great chance they'll lose, and they don't even want to think of that. So, I just wanted to give Bud Crawford his just due. Like, I saw his interview, and he said he wasn't even nervous for the fight because God had already planned what was going to be the outcome. So, and he wasn't saying that in a way of like, oh, God's going to make sure I won. It's like, I'm not stressing because whatever happens, like the end result is gonna be the end result.
It is what it is. Like I love that mindset. Like,
bro,
if
like
you plan,
I love.
if you prepare yourself You know what I'm saying? To the greatest of your ability. When I step in that ring, all I got to do is put my all into it. And whatever the result is the result. Like, so I love that he walked into it. Like, you know, there's still confidence there. Like, I'm confident that I'm a good enough fighter to beat this guy. But I'm not about to go in there, like, feeling any type of way because I know the work I put in to get to this point. So now it's just, now we fight and see what happens. Like, so.
The best thing about Bud Crawford to me is the fact that he truly don't give a shit about. Let me rephrase. He's a boxer that truly just wants to box. Like all the interviews and stuff, he does that more so because it's a part of gaining viewers, X, Y, and Z. But like when you listen to him talk, when you see the way he dresses or the way he conducts himself, like he don't care about all the flash. He is from what, Nebraska, like.
Yep.
Like, he literally, when you hear his story about how he truly grew up in a household where he didn't get that love from his parents, knowing, like, that formed a monster to want to fight and be in boxing, like, everything about him, he truly loves the sport, and that's all he cares about. All the other shit is secondary, and you just like to see a guy like that. Like, he cares about his family. He talks about as long as he knows his family's safe before the fight, leading up into the fight, that's really all he cares about, and you just got to tip your cap to a guy like that. Like, I don't have enough good things to say about Bud Crawford after that performance. So I'm curious if y'all had anything to add after hearing that feat and him being the first.
Nah, I was just when I first saw the fight, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a hell of a fight. I can't wait for it. And then like I was just telling all my friends like before the fight, like if Bud win, he the GOAT. Because I like you said, looking at his resume, he has not ducked from anybody and beat all their ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's like anything like he was, oh, this is disputable or this, that, and the other. Like, he fought everybody, stood 10 toes on all of it, then went up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo and put on a masterclass against Canelo, too. Like, I think a lot of people also don't give Bud enough credit for how good he is as a technical boxer. And I think that's what beat Canelo. Like, he outboxed Canelo. Like, it's not like everybody always talk about his knockout power and all of this, but Bud can fight. Like, he's a true boxer, technical boxer. And that fight showed everything. Like, he was just a step ahead of Canelo the whole way. And I think that's incredible to see. And, like, he's one of the greats of our generation. So,
bro, 42-0. And the weights, just to let listeners know if they may not be familiar, he fought at light welterweight, which was 140 pounds. He fought at welterweight, which was 147 pounds, and then super middleweight going up to 168. Like, these aren't things that every boxer can do. Like, and to do this, he's also 38 years old. So you typically don't see a boxer waiting until that age to do such feats. And not only is he doing it, he's literally, every fight you watch him, he looks better. Like, he hasn't slowed down, and again, he's not ducking smoke. To take a fight like this at 38, like, it's incredible. And we probably won't see a lot of boxers can't, like, you'll see maybe 5 to 10 pound jumps here and there. Like, this guy is jumping up, what, almost 30 pounds?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, and still, like, don't look slow. Like, it's incredible. I want to make sure he gets the credit he truly deserves. Drew, do you have anything that you wanted to add?
I'll just say, cause I'm definitely a casual when it comes to boxing, but he makes a guy like me, like when I watch him, I'm like, damn, that's how you're supposed to box without really knowing every little thing that goes into it. Like, I know basketball and football, but like the Spence fight was the first one I ever saw. But like defensively, he's on point. Offensively, he picks his counters perfectly. Like, he's got power behind his punches. It's just like you said, it's a master class to watch. And then the Canelo fight, I'm like, dude, that whenever you have like a counter like that and make a guy look silly, that's your sports card right there. People are gonna remember that forever. And then a meme I saw that I was crying about, I was like, this is gonna be in black barbershops for the next 30 years. I was crying. But like, it's true though, like that, like the Pacquiao fight when he got knocked silly and he was just pretty much a dead man. Sadly, that's a lot of people remember for his career right now. And then losing to Floyd at the same point. So Crawford, man, it's so much fun to watch with being a casual in boxing. Like, I'd tune in just to see him.
And I'm glad you added that perspective, Drew, because I feel like a great fighter does know how to reel in the casual fans. Does, like, when they take on actual fights that's worthy of people paying for, pay-per-view back in the day, like, you wanted to go to a boxing party. I remember my dad throwing boxing parties, and like that was the cool thing, and that's what I miss about boxing. Is a sport that everybody I've seen grandmothers, I've seen kids want to watch like a boxing match. Like that's the thing. Like it brings everybody together. Everybody wants to talk about the fight, the results, especially when you don't have corrupt judges that clearly our eyes know who wins a fight.
Right.
And when you watch a fight, you hear the announcement, and even the guy that won is looking around, like having his hand raised, like really, like okay, I'll take it. But that's all I can think of, and I think of that actually when it comes to Canelo. I do still believe when he fought Triple G that first fight, Triple G won that fight. I'm sorry, the refs all gave it to Canelo. And again, I take nothing away from Canelo. I think he's the best Mexican fighter I've seen in my lifetime. Yep. He's also another person has ducked no smoke. He fought Floyd way sooner than he probably should have at a young age. He's fought everybody. He don't like. I love boxers like Canelo. Canelo has losses on his record, but guess what? You cannot say he was avoiding anybody. Like he will fight you, and I love that. Like that's what the sport is truly about. Give the fans what they want. Don't duck actual smoke. Like and get in the ring with guys that you know are very capable of putting you on that mat so we can see a good fight. So I hate the heavyweight division right now. Like doesn't really have a lot of guys.
They ain't got no good fighters.
The last one was Tyson and Fury, I feel.
And they had Tyson Fury. They had Anthony Joshua who fell off. Wilder who fell off. And it's like, you just it was a guy actually I think from the city that was supposed to be thought of as an up and coming heavyweight, and he had a fight. I cannot think of his name, but did not look good. I think he ended up getting knocked out for the first time in his career. So hopefully there's some heavyweight fighter that comes across because I think heavyweight is still the sport that draws the most casual fans. Like I look forward, hopefully, to getting those days back. But I will say,
I feel like Floyd really changed the game with that lighter division, and now, like Crawford now. What do you say? He's a welterweight, like at heart.
Yeah. I mean,
it drew a lot of attention to those weight classes.
Yeah, I would say Crawford is like light middleweight. You know what I'm saying? Like if you play as natural weight, I would say like he probably 154 is probably where he should be at. Because going up to 166, he crazy. 168 is crazy. Like from 144 to 168 is crazy. Like so, like
it's hard to grasp. Like what I'm telling you, like there's fighters that gain 5 or 10 pounds and literally be like, I'm too slow, or I just can't fight the way I'm capable of. For him to look basically normal at that much of a weight there, again, 30 pounds from where he's been at certain points, like incredible. And at 38, bro, like. Yeah, man. How
much longer do you guys think he has?
Honestly, at this point, I don't know if there's any. I feel like the Canelo fight was like
nobody to
the
fight.
Last thing, like that was kind of the last thing he needed to accomplish. Because I remember people didn't know who was better between him and Errol Spence. And I will say, Spence had the car accident. Never really seemed the same. But again, I don't want to make an excuse because that fight wasn't close.
Hey, you stepped in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
You stepped in the ring. So
I would love to make that excuse for him, and he had that excuse right there. Like it was only a year after his car accident, so he could have just said, "I'm gonna chill out for a minute, get my mental right." But you stepped in that ring, and I think that Bud even committed him or even taking the fight, thank you for fighting me because you didn't have to do this. Like you could have waited as well. So.
And a lot of people truly did not want to fight Bud Crawford. So, to answer your question, I can only think of I've seen one idea floated out there, but I really don't know. I feel like it would make more sense to the challenger than to Bud Crawford because, again, I don't think there's anything that Bud Crawford can add to his resume at this point. Like, there's really no fighter out there other than I saw Benavidez thrown out there, but I think that fight would do more for Benavidez than it would do for Bud Crawford.
I don't want to see that fight, but
that's the only one because I do really enjoy Benavidez as a fighter. I think he's an excellent fighter, and I love watching the way that he fights. But again, Bud Crawford has nothing else to prove at this point. It's truly whether or not he wishes to fight anymore because he done it all, beat everybody. Like
I wanted to see Bud against the twins, the Charlo twins, but
Charlotte,
they both washed now. So
now because Caleb Plant fought Benavidez and Benavidez won, but Caleb Plant looked a lot better than people thought, and I think he more so tired out at the end. But I just love boxing, man. Like there's so much you can learn from the sport. I love when a fighter actually can do like the talking and back it up. But you gotta have a lot of guys that want to do the talking because it looks cool, because of the Muhammad Ali's, and it's like once the production don't match, it's like, bro, this ain't believable no more. Like,
Yeah.
man, I know he talked about him. Oh, what's his name? My man, he was on a Cameron show and got kicked off.
AB.
Oh, Browner.
Yeah, Adrian Bronner. Like Bronner at his peak was a great talker and also backed it up with his fist. Once he started to lose, it's like, bro, you talking, but like we can't believe what you're saying anymore. So
That was cringy on the Cameron show too when he kicked him off. That was just
it was cringe as hell, more so for Bronner's behavior.
Yeah,
But I want to
right.
give kudos to Cameron because
kept it
that's
real.
how you step up and that's how you make a woman feel comfortable and it's
Yep.
clear. I feel bad because I think Bronner, after somebody pointed my boy, I was watching it with Skid actually. He's like, bro, Bronner's drunk as hell. Like you
Yeah,
can see,
yeah.
you can hear the way he's talking. I'm
see
like,
it in
damn,
his
I didn't even
eyes.
think you can right. And it's like, bro, he couldn't like he was mumbling, and it's like Cameron told him, gave him more than enough chances
yeah,
to be like, yo,
for sure.
like chill. Her boyfriend's here, like, but the way he handled it, kept it classy, but also was like, hey, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the fuck up out of here.
He said
Like,
we could talk after outside if you want. Yeah.
right, like
Yeah.
that's how you feel, and I need more of us to do that. Step up when we see a woman feeling uncomfortable. Like, there's way too many men out there that see shit like that, let it go on too far, and don't speak up. So,
Right.
I love everything about that.
Let me ask this. I don't know if this is a stupid question or not. Would Crawford ever fight Triple G, or is it not in the same weight class, or
No,
is,
'cause I
or
think-
is Triple G kind of washed after that
Yeah.
Canelo fight now?
Well,
Triple-
Triple G is old, but
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a
he was
fight
older
he would
even as
turn
his
down.
boxing peak.
Yeah. I don't think it's a fight he would turn down. I just think that I don't know if it's a fight
Wouldn't get
that's
that big of
gonna.
a draw.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Gotcha.
say. I don't think it's gonna make him a bunch of money. So
I
Yeah,
feel like
actually,
with
Triple
boxing,
G's kinda-
though, guys don't really get super popular till their 30s. Like,
Yeah.
you can have this amazing streak. Like, let's say Crawford was like 29-0, but then he hits his 30s and like everybody's watching him at that point because they want
Right.
him to lose or something. But I mean, it seems like that's the way it went with Floyd too. Like, he didn't get super popular till like the later half of his career.
yeah,
Well, like I said, he flipped his career. Like he went to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Floyd, just his career. If you watch the way that he fought, the way he mastered his defense style, like between him and Tyson, the way that people couldn't prepare for the way they study and master certain skill level, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watch these documentaries, man, just be amazed at.
Well, that's
Bro,
the
you
thing.
got-
I was impressed with Floyd back then. Is like you couldn't touch him at all. He was just so
couldn't.
shifty.
You could even Canelo, like young
Yeah.
Canelo, could not like making like elite boxers look like they slow. Like it's I don't know if we will ever see that.
I
And wanted
only
to
say
add-
one person really put hands on Floyd, and then it was Shane Mosley.
I
Boy,
remember that.
We watched
made
it one day at the
Floyd
Reservoir.
touch the mat.
Yeah.
That
He
next
definitely-
round,
he
Floyd
definitely-
beat the brakes off him.
Yeah, like it almost seemed like that woke Floyd up a little bit, and you can see Mosley going after the knockdown.
Yeah,
And man, like
Shane
that changed
Mosley
the
was kind of
whole.
old at that point, though.
He was. He was. And I wanted to add for Triple G, technically he hung up his gloves in 2023, but there was speculation about him coming out of retirement within the last few days. But he also is 43. So like I was saying, like even during his peak when we saw him in those mega fights, like he was older.
Yeah.
So at 43, it's like
because I think the last Canelo fight he was like 38 or 39 or something like
Yep.
that. And then when they called it a draw or some shit like that, he was like, "Man, fuck this! I'm not doing this no more."
So, and even then, Triple G was 42-2 with the draw, had 37 knockouts. So,
Damn.
I
That's a
love
good
watching
career.
Triple G, man. Like, hey, and he took some hits. I don't know how he didn't get knocked down. Like, had one of the strongest chins I've seen. Like, man, shout out Triple G. Amazon Prime is set to release a new original series, Allen Iverson, premiering October 23rd. Gerard, I know your love for Allen Iverson, and a lot of good documentaries been dropping, so I definitely wanted to add that as a note. And then the last other thing was I want to put something relating to kind of local news, but Wayne State University and Detroit Public Schools Community District have teamed up to help more Detroit students go to college. A new program was announced that's been established so Detroit Public School students with a 3.0 or higher automatically get accepted into Wayne State. So I
nice.
think that was
Yeah,
amazing.
I love that.
I wanted to shout out Wayne State and Detroit Public Schools because, man, that's what it's all about, man. All right. I hear some, like, like tapping noise. Anybody have like from like a headset or mic plugged in? Do y'all hear anything like
Yeah,
that?
I
Like
hear
a
it
tapping?
too. I don't.
Might be mine. Let's see. How about
Yeah.
now?
No, I don't hear it no more.
All right. Here's my cord.
Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, let's get into what we've listened to, watched, and or played. It's really only two things that I listened to. But the biggest thing that dropped, I'm sure we all want to talk about is y'all want to start off with Cardi B.
Oh yeah.
yep.
Let's get into it, man. I texted y'all yesterday how I was excited to talk about it and the fact that Cardi B is truly my favorite female rapper. This is going to sound extremely weird, but it's something just about the way Cardi B lets her haters know to suck her dick or her something about the energy that I just love from a female rapper. Like, I also wanted to shout out Summer Walker. Drew, you made such a good point when it came to features. Like, there were features on here where it's like, not that it was bad necessarily, but it was like,
Didn't
nah,
need them. Yeah.
didn't. But to her credit, like to see Cardi B have an album of this length and it be almost like, yeah, like you're one of those artists where you can have an album this long and like I don't get tired of your voice. I'm not rushing to get to the end. Like it had a nice mixture of slow and bangers. Like, and the way I think Cardi is one of those people that's just naturally a superstar. Like her charisma, the way she knows how to tap into like that confidence, like I'm that girl, but also like can talk about, you know, reflecting on moving on from her relationship, being a mother. Like I just love everything about Cardi B. And I know I said that I would grade this album on a curve, but even with that, like I honestly don't think I needed to. I don't think there was one song that I heard and was like, I'm skipping that. I'll probably never listen to it again. Like I didn't have any out. There were songs I didn't necessarily add, but as far as skippable songs, I really don't think there was any that was on the album until arguably you get to the end and it's WAP and was it Up, like the two songs. If anything, and again, those aren't necessarily bad songs, but they got played and played and played.
Yeah.
But
They're
I
bonus
want to give her
tracks.
flowers because all I could think about listening to the album was like, man, you know what? Listen to the shit she went through and that she's venting about. It's like she very well could have put Rihanna and was like, nah, like I'm good. I really don't need this music shit. Like she really dropped this album, I feel like, more so for her fans and a form of therapy for herself.
Yeah.
But like she very clearly could have just hung it up and be like, yeah, fuck music, like forever. So we always talked about, you know, how she made to be too hard on herself and how a song may be reviewed. To put this album out in the way that she did, to promote the album in the way that she did, to hear her still flowing like amazingly and getting some shit off her chest, telling other women like, yo, I'm here, don't y'all fucking forget how long, despite how long it's been, I'm still that girl. Like, man, some of these beats I had to start the song over like, wait a minute, nah, this shit
The production was fire.
the production was fire. Like, so I don't know if y'all want to say anything before we get into each track, but Justin reached out to me asking if I heard it yet and said that this was a top 5 album for him of anybody, male or female artist. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I'll say top 5, but I definitely do think it's in my top 10.
Top
and
10
now
for
it's
sure.
100% in my top 10. Yeah.
now we're getting to that point, fellas, that good time of the year where we're about to hit October, and it's like, okay, I actually kind of do need to start formulating a little list because we only got, you know, basically another quarter to go. So I know I've been talking quite a bit. I want to hear your thoughts on the album before I guess we necessarily go track through track.
No, listen, I've always made my love for Cardi B and said, as far as history, where she would be like, and I'm just happy that she faced her fears and released her second album because we all love her and we all love Invasion of Privacy. Like we all love her as an artist. So I didn't think that she needed to hold herself back and in order to be fearful of what the public might think of her. Because as soon as she dropped this shit, everybody was all on it. Now she did receive criticism because of like her singles Outside and Imaginary Players. But when you listen to it in the album, it makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like how, like especially how the album is structured. You like, oh shit, we probably would have, we probably jumped the gun. Like this shit is
I actually never listened to Imaginary Player, her song, when she had released it until the album dropped. So for my first time to be in the flow of the album, I'm like, damn, well, that's how you do it, Cardi. That's how you do it.
So I did, and I wasn't as hard on it. Like I came and told y'all, like, bro, Imaginary Players, like if you're a Jay-Z fan, is like your favorite, like one of your favorite songs from Jay-Z. and to see Cardi do like a woman's version of it, I was like, it makes sense. Like, and she was talking that talk on there too. Like, so, like, I'm like, she the only one of the girls that's out right now can do that, can talk like Hove did on that song, and she did it justice. Like, so, yeah. And
her line about, if you sound like Cardi B, go ahead and sign here. And if she had the numbers that other people have, like,
oh my
what
God,
she say, she would jump off a bit, like, I'm like, damn, like, the bars just was like, yo, that is fire. But just to hear from a woman's perspective, like, but talking her shit like the guys do, but damn near just as good, if not better. Like, man, cannot say enough great things about this album.
So like, and I've been playing while I was with my kids and stuff like that, driving around places. I'm playing the Cardi B album. They got tired of me because I was playing it the whole weekend. Because listen, that shit lit. That shit lit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and it's nothing bad I can say about this. Like you said, there's no skippable songs. I have favorites, so like I save some of my favorites, but I can listen to this album. Like, that's how I know it's in my top 10, because I can continuously listen to this album without getting tired of it. So yeah, I'm super happy for Cardi. Like, I feel proud. I'm proud of her, really. Like,
no, I do.
It's not a sophomore slump.
That was my feeling.
Yeah, like,
that was my feeling for sure.
She really is another really dope album, and I'm super happy for it. And we used to criticize her because we felt like she took a step back just to have a family, and that's the criticism women take when they step into this industry. But now she's pregnant again, and she was like, I'm not slowing down. Like, I did that already, and I feel like I let my fans down by letting that get in front of my career. I'm not doing that again. Like, I'm pregnant right now, but we still going on this tour, and I ain't gonna hold you. I might be up in that bitch. Like, so, you buy a T-shirt and everything. Like, I'm there. Like,
and I love that. I saw an interview of her talking about, like, her mom raising a family and still working. Like, I think her grandmother, I think she said, had like 10 kids, and basically how she can't necessarily complain being, at her status, but also having, I think, 3 kids before having now the fourth one. I think
pregnant with her fourth. Yep.
Yeah, she's like, basically comparing like her mom and grandma, how they were cleaning homes and stuff, like the sacrifices they made, and how she went to them now and was complaining about being tired as like a millionaire raising kids. They wouldn't be trying to hear that, so that's also part of her motivation to keep going. But to hear kind of her perspective of, like you said, getting criticism for, putting her family and whatnot, the criticism only a woman would receive, unfortunately, but also seeing how at one point putting her career in front of like being there for Offset at certain points, and to hear a person reflecting on, because a lot of times when you think of a relationship, it's like, oh, that person should have did blah, blah, blah. So she had her moments, obviously taking, some criticism, but also reflecting on what she could have did better. And one thing specifically she mentioned was being there for him versus putting her career ahead of that, and how that was like a fault of hers. So just again, to hear a healthy perspective of, things post-relationship, like reflecting like that, shows maturity level, and shows vulnerability that I appreciated that she provided throughout the album. So, bro, easily top 10. I need to go see, because I know it's 4 of my top 5, I'm pretty sure. But Cardi gonna be right at, like, the more I listen to it. And I want to give a huge middle finger to all the people that had almost a backhanded compliment, listen to the album for the first time or second time, saying, it's a nice album, but it's not invasion of privacy. You know what? No album could have been dropped to be comparable to Invasion of Privacy after 2 days, mind you. Like, we haven't given it a week, we haven't given it a month. It's like, we always want artists to drop and then immediately be like, it's good, but this is what we're comparing. It's like, bro, can we let this cook for a week, or 2 weeks before we start getting to that point? Like, and that makes you remember, like, why she wouldn't want to drop an album for so long, because we almost put them into a position where they set up to fail, and I don't like that. So that's the only thing I've heard. I honestly haven't heard anybody say the album was bad. I haven't heard or seen any criticism. Like, everybody's saying how they got bangers they enjoy. Like, I'm looking forward to the memes of the fellas posting songs with content we normally wouldn't rap or talk about, but banging it. Like, I picked up pizza yesterday. I came back to my car. Watt was blasting at ignorant levels. I'm like, I know they don't think it's a dude walking back to this car. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to listen to Cardi B and don't care who sees me. So, Drew, I want to give you a chance. Sorry, Drew, were you finished with your initial thoughts?
Yep.
Okay, Drew, I want to hear your thoughts, man.
So one, I'm gonna say she is not Lauryn Hill, and I've been dying to say that because she actually released a second solo album. So I am so proud of her for doing that. When I looked at the track list, I'm like, all right, it's 23 songs, it's an hour 15. I was like, I'm gonna write every single track on my phone and make a little comment of it after. But I think you have to listen to this album 2 times to fully appreciate it.
I agree.
But so after the second listen, my main takeaway is she has amazing star power, and what I like about her, obviously she has a distinct voice. You know who it is on a track, but she commands a whole track. Like, that's why I said she doesn't. When I looked at the features, I'm like, oh, it's a lot of R&B features on this album. Let's see how it turns out. She could have easily sang those or just rapped them herself. And if it was, I say this album's 21 tracks because the other last 2 are bonuses. But all 21 tracks, if it was just her, I wouldn't have lost attention through the whole thing. And I think that says a lot about her and how she created this. Like, we go into a lot of these albums these days, and like, damn, 21 tracks. Like, all right, we got to take out some time for ourselves to listen to this. Yeah. The pacing was so nice of the album where I was like, damn, I could have used another 5 after this. I was like, she really commanded this whole album. There were a few lulls at times, but nothing crazy. So.
Drew, you know what's funny? I found myself doing the opposite. You know, when you listen to a long album, you're like, man, I'll be ready for this to be over. Like, I was damn near reaching my locations, not having to drive no more. Like, damn, maybe I should have took the long way because I really don't feel like not hearing this album right now. Like,
I was at the point too, like where the first listen was coming to an end. I was like, all right, I think I'm just gonna skip the last 2 tracks. So I did because I heard them. They don't do anything to add to the album or take away from it at all. They're just there.
I agree.
So when it got to track 21, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to put it on loop and start it again because I know there's shit I miss. So just when I did all my notes, I redid them all a second time, and I added way more, if you could see, way more fire. Yeah. Way more fire than... So, yeah, let's get into it. I'm very impressed with this album.
I wanted to shout out Summer Walker because she's on. I'm pretty sure she's on here.
2 tracks, I believe.
Yeah, 2 tracks, and it's like... You forget at one point, not that she fell off per se, but like at one point her and SZA were like the 2 of the hottest names, and she kind of took a back seat after having kids. But then you hear on these songs, it's like, man, her voice is so incredible. Like, y'all know how I am when it comes to the intro track. I thought there was a really good intro track.
Strong intro.
Again, like, if you have an album that length, you asking a lot if you don't have an intro track that's going to get you energetic, that's gonna get you hyped to keep listening.
And just talking your shit right off the bat on it.
Literally, like not waiting and was like, "Oh yeah, y'all got me fucked up. Don't worry about it."
Set the energy. Like, no, I want you bitches dead. I'm not here to play with you. I'm not here to play with y'all. We are not. No, we not. This is not a community. We not together. You bitches gotta go. Like that's like I love that. Like,
when you guys were talking about the rundown, I also didn't listen to Imaginary Players when it came out. So I was like, I want to hear this, how it flows into it for the first time. So I know we'll get to it in a second, but when it came on, I was like, oh, this is the Jay-Z one. I was like, this is dope. So yeah,
for it to be right at. I mean, well, I also enjoyed Hello too.
Hello's fire. Hello's a great track. Magnet's fire.
Magnet was the first song where I was like, okay, this is one of my favorites. Repeated before I moved on, but then, like you said,
in my notes, I put that beat though. That beat is tough for Magnet.
Bro, that beat is fire. She also gave JT a spanking. You know what I'm saying? That second verse was for JT off the City Girls, and listen, hey.
I've been out the loop apparently when it comes to drama, but when I heard certain lyrics and whatnot, I'm like, damn, I gotta figure out who this is about because whoever it's about, show ain't gonna be happy. Like, God, how you come back and say something to that? So Pick It Up was the first song that drew, to your point, when you mentioned features. I'm like, okay, I enjoyed Selena Gomez, but also like...
I didn't even realize it was her. I didn't look at the track.
Really ain't. Yeah, like...
I thought it was Cardi singing.
I'm like, yeah, that was to Drew's point. That was probably a feature where if it wasn't on here, like... I could have been perfectly fine.
I will say this though, on the second listen, so the first listen I thought the track was just okay, and on the second listen I'm like, all right, I actually really like this. It's a nice radio song.
Yeah, it's a catchy pop single. Yeah, and it's gonna do numbers because it's Selena Gomez. Like exactly. So like I understand the business side of why she's on there. Like she didn't need to be on there, but it was cool. Like,
yeah. So Imaginary Players, we've already. already mentioned that is fire. I mean, I think if you gonna sample somebody's song like Jay-Z, you gotta do them justice. You gotta do them right, and I feel like that's all she did on this song.
Bro, her flow is dangerous on this track.
Yes.
Like, her flow, it's one of those New York songs where you just nod in your head and just, keep it going. Just, I wish there were 2 more verses on it, honestly.
To go from that, though, to Bodega Baddie, and all I could think about was like...
Hold on, I gotta back up real fast. So, imaginary players, I put Glory Hole. Bitches, you don't know who they fucking with. Oh, man. What a bar.
That was a bar that I was like, wait,
That's
hold
a bar
on.
and a half.
She said, bro, she was talking crazy. She said, I put grown man watches on to take the links off. I'm like, bro.
That was a tough track, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, that's just the energy where it's like, man, I love Cardi B. But Bodega Baddie, when I heard that, I'm like, I always love when the art, not that Cardi's an old artist, but like when they can show like if they're capable. All I thought it was like an Ice Spice beat when I hear Bodega Baddie. It's like, okay, I like this, but then she adds her voice and her lyrics to it. It's like
her culture.
I love that she's able to show, okay, if I was to do this type of music, like
man,
I could kill this type of beat too. And I'm like, damn, like that beat is one of my favorite beats.
That shit gonna go crazy at the Dominican Day and Puerto Rican Day parades in New York City, bro. That's my shit. Hey, Kiera was like, it was too much going on, so she couldn't, like, it was like overstimulating. But Cassidy loved that shit. Cassidy was going crazy.
So I played it for Mariah yesterday, and I was like, all right. She was like, I don't really want to listen to music right now. I was like, let me play you one song off this album, and it was Bodega Baddie. Immediately, she just starts getting into it. I was like, you like that one, huh? I was like, let's start the album from the beginning real quick. So I did a full listen with her, and like Bodega Baddie, man, that might be my favorite track on the album.
That's fire.
I repeated that one at least 3 times before I got to Salute.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a really good song, and again, Salute, I favored that song. Like, really
it's
good.
Too short. That's my only problem with it. It's just
I
too
agree
short.
with that too. It's almost like a good problem to have as an artist, where you leave like your fans want more of a song versus you like, yeah, that song probably was a bit too much. Like I probably didn't need all that.
I would say she could have trimmed the fat by 4 songs on this album.
Are there specific songs that you feel like should have or you would have removed?
I put it was Safe, Shower Tears, On My Back, and Nice Guy were the ones. I thought they were just okay. That's all I put. I didn't think they were bad. I didn't think they were amazing. I just put just okay.
Yeah. So those songs were necessary for, if you listen to the album, it's broken up into like, I want to say three acts.
Yeah.
And as soon as where Safe starts, or maybe Salute.
What's Man of Your Word, What's Going On, and Shower Tears, they all relate. It's all about
they're all about Offset. Yeah. And then once Outside start, then like that means Cardi's she's over her divorce, and now
I got it. Yeah, it was nice pacing, but I feel like with Man of Your Word and What's Going On, I feel like you could have done without Shower Tears. You know,
I will say though, personally, I really like Safe. I thought Kalani, that was like the first feature after Summer Walker, where it's like, okay, if you're gonna put a feature on an album, like this is a memorable performance because I love the way Kalani sounds on a song, like, and I can easily see that being a radio hit. Like, it's just
shot
one
a
of those
video for it and
songs.
everything. So they
like
so too.
I can see that being pushed heavily, and I also must have been on the rock because I didn't realize Kalani and Cardi B were like as tight as they are.
Yeah.
Like, I saw what do they call those? The pregnancy photos. I forget the proper term of it, but she was like in her photos with her. So I'm like, damn, that's cool. Yeah. So to hear Safe on the album, like I really enjoyed that song. So, but to your point, Drew, obviously this length of an album, like I was curious if there were certain songs that you guys felt like didn't necessarily need to be on here, but the Salute, Safe, and Man of Your Word all were songs that I personally favorited. Like, you know,
I thought Man of Your Word was great.
You know how you're listening on Apple Music and you can like actually like star a song so they recommend more. Those 3, I'm like, yeah, those are fire.
Yeah, it's funny because I put Salute and Safe for the ones that could have been removed if you had to. Just because Salute's too short. That's the only way I feel that.
But I feel like that's valid criticism, though. I actually did not add this song. That was one of the songs I did not add. What's Going On with Lizzo? I didn't necessarily think it was a bad song.
So I like the song. I'm not going to add it. You know what I'm saying? It's nostalgic because I know the original song, so it's like, oh, that's cool, like they did. But I'm probably not gonna add it. Like,
it just was a waste of a Lizzo verse, or a waste of a Lizzo feature. I mean, like, so what I was thinking for the song, you could have easily had the sample going from the original.
Yes,
you already had
I
it
agree.
cleared at that point,
Yeah.
but you could have added some effect to it. Something to make it sound different.
But
and
she
then
had a
put Lizzo
relationship
on.
with Lizzo, so it's like, all right, I'll just get Lizzo to do it.
Because
she
the only time
like
Lizzo switches is the last verse.
the last part,
like,
Lizzo, and she's funny for that shit. Like, that shit she did at the end,
going
right? That shit was hilarious. But you know, she did the same thing with, like, to your point, she did the same thing with the Janet Jackson sample. Like, you could have did that with this.
Such a great point.
But
when I saw Janet feature, I'm like, I was expecting more than just like sampling of the song, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, bro, like it would have been cool to see, like you said with Lizzo, see Janet Jackson like have a verse, sing some different shit, like something. It's like,
you know why I say it's a waste of a Lizzo feature? It sounded like she was just doing karaoke on it.
Yeah,
She didn't do anything to put a twist on it. It was the complete original sound and everything.
well, when you know the talent that Lizzo is capable of and like the type of music she puts out, like, and then you think of Cardi, you think of them combined, it's like creativity, like beautiful lyrics. It was just none of that. So it's like, okay, like it wasn't necessarily a skippable song or bad. Like Drive said, it's a good song, but like I'm not going back to listen to it.
Now I feel like it will bring a whole new generation of kids to hear that song in the original, though. By the 4.
Also, that's how you know we old as fuck, because that's like
true. That's a 90s
MTV,
banger.
right?
I told you in the chat. I said that track went crazy in white households.
Right.
I feel like that song was in either a movie or a TV show that I've been trying to put my finger on.
Recently, well, I shouldn't say recently. It's probably at least 6, 7, 8 years old now. But Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake parodied it.
Oh my!
Yeah, they did.
You know how you remember something vaguely? Like what? It was they were singing it. Was it when they were
at
camp?
like summer camp? Yeah.
And they were supposed to be sleeping and quiet. And they kept,
and
I'm
then
like, bro, what?
Keegan Michael Key's the camp counselor. That shit's
Drew.
Yes,
it was
I
like
remember.
eating at me. I'm like, bro, why is it something specific I remember this song from, but I cannot remember
I feel
this
like
shit.
that's the last time that song was in pop culture too. So yeah, I mean that song's really never been around, remixed in hip hop or anything. So it's dope to hear it in that fashion. I'll give it.
Drew, you will not understand how much you just made my day.
I'll
I'm like, bro,
we'll put it in the chat later.
I'm like, bro, I know I watched something that was funny or that just had me captured, and it was them singing them lyrics, and the counselor rushing in being mad as fuck. Bro, that will have me in tears whenever you sit there watching it again. And then they acting like nerds, too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
they got braces. That's just hilarious.
You shouldn't be singing this.
Oh, man, what song are we on? Are we on Shower? It's kind of outside?
Outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Outside, another banging beat.
Single. Yeah.
I hearted that one for sure.
Talk
Like
about
you
the
said.
next best track is Pretty and
Oh
Petty.
my god,
Bro.
Oh my god.
That might be one of the best diss tracks I've heard in a while.
Well, yes, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a
When she
fact.
mentioned Always with Diddy, I'm like, oh shit. She got
Bro, oh my god. Dog,
I'm like, oh,
hey,
no.
she was like, I heard they combed that little kitty out. I was like, no.
Nah, she was like, yeah, you thought I wasn't going to respond? Nah, I'm responding on my time. I'm like, oh, shit, that song, that's
I
one of
had
the
to write bars down for this one. I was like, you from Boston? Let's have a little tea party. She called her Diarrhea Bia. And then the one I was dying at, she was like, I'm a mean girl, you a Gretchen. I'm like, whoa.
Yes.
Fire line.
Oh, that's such a good song.
Great track.
Bro, I
Fire
feel like
beat, too. Fire beat.
no, the beat was one of them ones. I feel like better than you featuring Cash Cobain. I keep seeing Cash Cobain. It's like I keep seeing the name, but if I don't know what this person looks like.
Oh.
But I need to Google because I will say I'm seeing him feature on a lot of big name projects, and it's like
Yeah, so he's one of the bigger names coming out of New York City right now. So like that's who he is. He makes like this what genre can I say? Like it's like it's New York drill, but it's R&B. So drill and beat, that's what they call it. So that's what he does.
It's kind of like it's similar to four bats.
Yeah, I guess you can put them in the same.
I'm trying to think of I actually had to just Google him to know.
So so this is not Cash Cobain, but you know the song Kehlani.
Yeah, I like.
So like that song is made off of Cash Cobain sound. So that Jordan kid, like he made it that same beat, that doom 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 tap, doom 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 tap. That came from what the music that Cash Cobain makes. Like, and so yeah, so that like I understand why Cardi put him on the song. It's just to the New York City bias, like to help him. I don't think he added anything to the song, and I really believe that Better Than You could have been a way better song if she had a better feature.
And
like
if he wasn't on it, he ruined that track.
I agree.
Or if she took him off and she added a third verse herself, that it would have been a much better song. Or if she added like a bigger name, like I don't know.
You know what, Gerard, that song would have been perfect with the beat change, and then she just switches up the whole third verse.
Yeah,
completely different. That would have been perfect on that side of the album.
I was trying to think of like somebody that could have been like added more to, like added something to it, like a male voice.
I wish we would have seen a rapper on this album.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a male rapper could have added something to this, and that song would have been so fire.
Yeah,
like I don't like Cash Cobain brought the value down because Cardi verses are fire. The beat is fire. He drug it down.
I'm sure she could have squeezed a feature out of A$AP Rocky. He could have.
Yeah, I mean they both from Uptown, so yeah, like that would have. Yeah.
Honestly, it's funny the wording that you use when you describe Cash Cobain, Gerard, on that song and adding him. This song specifically, I did not add because, like you said, it was amazing when you hear Cardi, but then you hear him. It's like, wait, is this the same song? Why is he fucking up this song so bad?
Yeah, man.
And then again, I keep seeing his name, so now I just Google him to see what he actually looks like. So the next time I do see his name featured somewhere, I'm like, okay, that's who they're talking about. But I guess that's what it did for me. Like, understand who Cash Cobain is as an artist, kind of his imprint on the music, I guess, genre at this point in time. But yeah, no, this is probably a feature that, like Drew said when he first responded to the chat, like, wasn't necessary.
I put that on my back where the was the lull of the album. If you removed those two, you would have
on my back wasn't necessary.
Pretty and Petty, Every Time, Check Please, Principle, all in order, and it would have been fire.
I did not add On My Back either. So I agree with your feedback, Drew. And then, like you said, Every Time, Check Please, Principle, and Trophies I favorited
all fire,
all like that run. And then I know you had mentioned it earlier.
Just an amazing run,
Yeah, no business, Drew. But then you mentioned earlier how you would have not necessarily had the Nice Guys on the album, Drew. I actually feel like Tyler had a really
I like
good
Nice Guy, and I think Tyler did well.
Like, maybe I got to hear it again because I was.
Yeah, no, like, and it wasn't until I listened to it the second time around. But I feel like just her vocals, like that was again one of the stronger features on the album. Where it's like, okay, like after listening to this album, Tyler, I'll remember her performance. Like Cash Cobain, Lourdes. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm sorry, but like Lourdes, sorry. And then like Lizzo, like we said, like didn't necessarily add anything despite her talent, but Summer Walker, Tyler, like those are two of the people where I came away from this album like, man, I really felt like they added a lot to the album or like did a lot with their features. So just wanted to put that out there. But I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to get into details about any of the tracks. Like we said, Every Time, Check Please, Principle.
Not those, but Principle and Trophies for sure. Yeah,
Principle. Okay. I think Principle to me is one of my favorite songs on the album.
It's fire.
Like it's so short though. Like, and I wish it was more. Like, but I really love that song. I really love the production. I love that they sample Pleasure Principle. I love the Janet Jackson vocals, and I love what Cardi did as far as the verses. Like, it was just short, but that's one of my favorite songs on the album. So.
I really wish there was a way to add, like, no, I was just going to say, I really wish that they added, like, or had Janet come in and, like, do something fresh with the song. Like,
that would have been dope.
I wanted to hear or see more of Janet. Like, just seeing her name and being like, it's really cool the fact that she would be on the present day album, but
listen, Janet don't clear nothing. So for her to clear this is a work of art. So like, because she don't clear nothing. Like,
I'm trying to think of other than what is Poetic Justice? Anything that's been like remade of hers.
And that came out in when? 2009, 2010?
Yeah, we still damn near in high school.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, like
Jesus. No, they shot again. Kudos to Cardi B. Ain't a lot of artists in the state. It's really only one.
Trophies I put to personally is my favorite beat on the album. The beat goes so hard on that track,
Yes,
and it's just got. I don't know what it is. It's like some bell with like an effect in the background. It hits when you're in the car. It just sounds amazing, and she's flowing.
Love Trophies.
Yeah.
Love Trophies.
I agree. Love that. Favorited that. Like I said, I've already spoken on Nice Guy, so I'm curious if you guys had anything you wanted to add to that song.
Okay
I think,
to me.
Yeah, Nice Guy is cool, but I like Tyler on it. Killing You Hoes is I like
Great
that one.
outro.
And
It's a great
it's
outro.
a great outro, and it's she gave homage to Trina.
Yeah.
So like that was dope. I love hearing that. That was dope. Yeah. So
I just wanted to add. Remember when it was announced that Up and WAP would be on this album once she announced she was dropping the album. I want to say to you guys' point, if those songs weren't on, because obviously Killing You Hoes is the outro, but then you have Up and WAP, and it's like adding those songs onto the album, unfortunately, almost to me takes away from Killing You Hoes just being like the final memory you have from the album, right? Like I talk about the importance of an intro, but for that to be an outro, it was an excellent outro, but it's like weakened. And again, I forgot how much I enjoyed the beat on Up, but again, if you take that off, like it just adds more to me significance to Killing You Hoes and
It
just
did not need to add those at all. If you were gonna add them in the middle of the album somewhere.
So I would have added them for the business reasons because I've already made a bunch of money on. So I'm gonna add them.
Not WAP though.
I would have just did a deluxe at some point and they would have been dropped on my deluxe as like oh yeah, don't forget about these, like come later. But I just hate the fact that Killing You Hoes almost like gets an unnecessary like I guess gets weakened. I guess I would say it's a great song. Like you can't look at it like you can other outros just because technically it's two other songs on there, but when you look at outros for the year, I'm like, man, this is one of my favorites personally. So
yeah,
that was
really
from
Dead to Killing You Hoes, that's a complete project and sound right there. That's a whole concept, right? In those tracks, you know.
Yep.
So it talks about,
but I was just thinking like
and divorce and all that, fucking bitches up.
You know what I would have did? You know what I would have did? Remember when Watch the Throne came out, and then they did like the hidden tracks.
Yeah,
that's what I would have did for those two tracks.
Fair.
Because then like nobody else would know. Y'all wouldn't be paying attention. It'll be a 5-minute wait. Yeah.
Well, shit. Jay did that on Blueprint with It was the last track was like 11 minutes long, but it was 3 tracks in one. And that's how you do it. Yeah,
that's what I would have did.
That would have been better. I agree. But what I was gonna say too with Up and WAP. Up sounds like it belongs on the album. WAP doesn't. And
WAP does not.
Why.
Yes. Yeah.
She does not talk about pussy on this album at all. Like, you know, a lot of female rappers will talk about getting fucked and all that shit. She does at points, but it's not as blatant.
I was gonna say.
I
remember.
It's not. It's not as blatant.
On My Back is all about getting twisted and all type of pretzels.
The majority of the album isn't though.
Bro, that's part of why.
Stunting on girls.
Cardi a freak. Every time I'm like, man, I'll be listening to her lyrics like, bro, like, I know, like, Offset's at the crib, like, bro, I fucked up. Because, like, bro, she's funny, she's cute, and it's just like, bro, I love everything about Cardi B. So when you realize, like, she seems truly like a special person. And obviously that doesn't mean that there wasn't stuff she did, Offset, blah, blah, but it's like, man, like, I mean, listen to some of her lyrics and just like, man, she is such a freak. And like, man, shout out to Cardi B because the way
might
she
need
just
to take a cold shower. You know,
man, like I just listen to her lyrics. And it's like
45-minute showers.
Right.
I just feel like it's cool to hear like the woman's perspective because we hear guys talk about shit all the time. It's like, oh, don't think twice. So to hear her perspective and talk about, like I said, like saying suck my dick as a lady, like that energy is just like, man, like I just love Cardi's
That's how I
energy.
feel like her star power and presence. Like, a lot of bitches should fear her after this.
Yes.
Hey, some of them bars when she was talking her shit, and it's like, you know what? There's a lot of people that can't compete and need to realize, like,
she's one of those ones that feels like she has dirt on everybody,
Bro, not just dirt. Like, if you really talking numbers and stuff during a beef, and she like, y'all can't compare, like, bro, it's her, it's Nicki, and then it's like another level, in my opinion, when it comes to modern rappers, and that's really what it is. Like, I don't know if there's another name you could think to be in that upper echelon. And I love this because we talk about other male artists, and it's like, bro, I really wanted to hear him talking shit. I really wanted to hear Cardi B talking her shit and letting people know it's not really a lot of y'all out here that's like me. Like,
no, it's not a lot.
It don't matter how long I've been away.
Like you said, it's Nicki. You know what I'm saying? We can put Kim on that list. We can put Eve on that list. Mm-hmm. After that, and ain't too many can talk like Cardi. Like, you know, so. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, and even then, I think of them like, the way we think of Biggie and the Tupacs.
Yeah.
Like, people say that those are their GOATs present day, but also like, we going back to the mid '90s. Like, that's about 20, that's 20, 25, 30 years. So, but that's what I was saying. So, but again, shout out to the Lil Kim. I thought of Lil Kim a few times listening to this album because, like, man, the way that they rap, the way Lil Kim kind of brought that to the modern, like, talking about certain things sexually as a woman, like, and to see Cardi B and the Nicki Minaj's, and even Lotto got a shot on this album, by the way, mentioning fine light skin, like, Lotto, sorry, another shower. But it's just, I love hearing women talk they shit. Like, man, I want to give us kudos because I feel like I watch some of these shows and they don't necessarily talk about female artists and women, what they're doing in the genre. Like, we have let it be known for a while now that the women have been putting on way better than the male rappers have been. Yes. And this is just another stamp on that argument.
Well, you guys were just saying the ones that are like, the Nickis, the Eves, the Lil Kims, bro. I'm waiting very patiently on Doechie's next album now because I feel like she's one of those ones now.
She is one of them ones.
After listening to the album y'all recommended.
After hearing this, it made me want to hear a new album from her now.
Man, that's who should have been on Better Than You.
There you go.
Doechie.
There you go.
Doechie would have smoked that last verse on Better Than You. Yes.
There we go. But I feel like her and Cardi are the best right now. So Nicki's last album, bro, was a mess. So I don't know if she's ever gonna release an album like caliber like this again, but she may have to solidify it because, like you said, she might be the one.
Bro. Hey.
She's her and Doechie right now are on my list.
Yes.
In my mind, is no argument. Like, if I think of my favorite female rapper, I'm thinking Cardi B 10 out of 10 times. Like, she gives you everything you could want from an artist perspective, and it's just like, and she's funny. Like, I just love how funny she is. Like,
funny as hell.
Even the way she disrespects people, I'm like, you a funny motherfucker. Like, I got you.
Like, when I heard Imaginary Players, though, I was like, man, I hear Lil Kim all over this song.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, Kim multiple times during the album, I could not agree more. Like, I'm so happy, and again, we didn't know if we was gonna get another project. So the fact that we did, I know I said like the grading on a curve, like it really didn't need that. Like,
we can't be mad at her ever again now. She gave us 2 classic projects, so
yeah,
it was a 7-year hiatus. If it takes another 7 years, so be it. We'll be here to listen.
Right.
And it ain't a lot of people that truly can take 5 years off and come back sounding.
That's the other impressive thing, man. She kept releasing steady fire singles throughout that time just to sharpen her game, make sure she's still got it,
and
make sure she's got the streams, and features.
Bro, I will say, whenever you hear an artist that already has a fire song, but then you hear a remix that's coming out with Cardi, like, every feature she dropped.
She bodies every feature.
It's that's why it's like, damn, I want another album. Because when you hear Cardi talking her shit or being on a feature, it's like, I need more of this. Like, this is very enjoyable. So
that also adds to her being the one. You know what I'm saying? It's because she delivers every time. It don't matter. Like, you take years off and then you putting out weak ass singles or like your features are trash. Like, Cardi delivers every time. Every time you hear something, like, we gonna go to this concert in March, and that set list is gonna be insane, and you gonna forget about all the shit that she put out. Like, not including this album. Like, she got some shit, bro. So.
I didn't even realize this, but on Apple, she's got a version she released with this. It's a album release version, and the last 5 tracks are all videos from her album party. So she did Outside, Imaginary Players, Magnet, Bodega Batty, and Pretty and Petty, like all live. So I actually might go watch those now,
bro. Because
I want to hear Bodega Batty live.
Sorry, B, but Kiera was like, did Cardi release a Not Like Us? Because that video of Pretty and Petty, and people was already rapping the lyrics, I'm like, God,
man.
God. Right?
Did you go out for that already, bro? That's crazy. I gotta watch
that. Mariah, I played like the first 3 seconds of this, and Mariah's like, is this Pretty and Petty? I'm like, how'd you know? She's like, it's all over TikTok already. I'm like, good God, it's been a day.
Yes, bro, it is.
Oh, that's actually incredible.
It is.
Like,
that's album promotion just in that.
Imagine if you the target of that song, dog. You can't open no social media. You can't. Nah. All right, they should have left her alone. Like, hey, and I haven't heard it, but Cardi B states that the kid or her kids were brought up or mentioned. Once that happened, like, there's no going too far. So,
yeah.
Ooh, shout out to Cardi B. I have nothing but great things to say, as you guys see. Honestly, after 2 listens, I'm thinking I don't give it anything lower than a 9.5 from my perspective. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing, because I've already listened to it two times all the way through. I'm definitely going back and repeating this over and over, and I'm going to give it the proper amount of time to then go back and say, okay, how do I feel about this compared to Invasion of Privacy? Because again, I feel like it's too soon for people to say it's not as good. I know Invasion of Privacy broke records, but again, people after 2 days weren't saying, that it was this legendary album. Like, it took time to get to that status, to get to that level, to be appreciated. So even if it doesn't match up, like, that's not a knock. I still think it's a very strong follow-up to that album, and that's all I personally can ask for.
Yep. But I do compare them, but not harshly. They're 2 different albums. Off of first listen, I was like, I think Invasion of Privacy is the better album. And then when I listen to it again, I kind of give it, this is high praise, but I kind of look at it like how Mike Jackson did with Thriller and Off the Wall. So to me, right now, I think the new album has a better flow. Like, as far as like, it's a better album, like, than Invasion of Privacy. But Invasion of Privacy is all of the singles on that album went platinum.
Bang!
Like, every single song, all 13 songs went platinum on Invasion of Privacy. So that's Thriller. That's Thriller. Like, that's what that is. Am I the Drama plays like a play. Like, there's acts. Yeah, like, just like Off the Wall. Off the Wall plays so that's how I look at those 2. So I can't say which is better. It's about like what you want to listen to at the time. If you want to listen to bangers all the way through, then you go to Invasion of Privacy. If you want someone to tell you a story, like with valleys and peaks, you know what I'm saying? That's what Am I the Drama is. Like, so like it's called Am I the Drama, and it plays like a dramatic play. Like, so that's how I look at those 2. They 2 different albums, 2 great albums though. And so that's how I look at them. But
what do you rate it?
So at first listen, I gave it an 8. Like, now it's much better because I have favorites now that are going to add to the lore. So now it's closer to a 9 now. Because like you said, like, it's Cardi didn't fuck up. Cardi was amazing. Cardi was a 10 out of 10 on this album.
Oh yeah.
It was some decisions that she made as far as features and different song choices that she gets deducted for, but so that's the only reason why.
That's I'll piggyback right off that to wrap it then. So I gave it, after 2 listens, an 8.8, but my first listen was a 7.6, and I gave it an 8.8 because of all the tracks that were fire that I written down. So like, there were 12 tracks all in total that I put like little fire emojis next to. So I added that to my 7.6 after the second listen. I take away points for WAP and Up. I'm sorry, but I have to. That's the way the album's structured. If it was dead straight into Killing You Hoes, it probably would have been a 9.5 right off the rip.
Easily.
Sadly, with that too, there's 23 tracks, and there are going to be misses on it. So I took there were 4 tracks in total. I was like, this should not be on here. And then my last little notch for was for features. She really didn't need them. She really could have. I would have been more impressed, and I am very impressed in this album, don't get me wrong. I think conceptually, it's a way better album than Invasion of Privacy.
Yep.
Invasion of Privacy is just every single track is a smash hit. It's not like you said, but if she would have done track 1 through 21, no features, just her, add some effects on some choruses, maybe tried to do the choruses herself, I think it would have been a 10, honestly, and I would have been super impressed with that. But it's an 8.8, but I think it will be 9.4-ish by the end of the year for me. So very impressed with it. And to me, it's in my top 5 of top female hip-hop albums ever. And she's got 2 of the spots.
And she got 2 of them. Right.
I feel like that's high praise for Cardi.
I guess ultimately I did, essentially grade on a curve, but also at the same time, not really. I do think you made very valid points, Drew. I would say, I almost feel like, just to push back on one of your points about the features, if Cardi had did exactly what you had stated, I think there still would be a group of people that was like, oh man, like we would have liked some features. And it's like, I think that would have been the opposite of what you said. But to your point, a lot of features on here, she could have easily did what that person provided. And it wouldn't have taken away anything from the album. So
it's
I
the
do
Lizzo
think,
and the Cash Cobain one in particular. I was like, she really didn't need them on this.
Yeah, no, and Dry, say the artist's name for track 15, so I'm disrespecting us. Lourdes. That was another one. So, but again, when you put in the chat beforehand when you were listening to her, you're like, some of these features, like having that perspective before I listen, I'm like, I agree with that. Like, listen to all 3 of those songs. But
I was a little biased too when I saw the track listing and didn't see any like male hip hop artist on it or female hip hop artist, you know.
True, and I do know.
I mean, and the one male, listen, Better Than You really just pissed me off because the one male you got on there, like that song could have been incredible.
Talk
bro.
about
like,
trimming a track off easily. It could have easily been 22 tracks, you know. And
Drew, I do want to point out, I do feel like a big reason why you dislike the feature list that came out is one name in particular, Selena Gomez, and knowing
I wasn't even mad at that. I wanted to hear what they do.
Whenever I see Selena Gomez, I think back to that's Ariana Grande.
That's Ariana Grande.
Yeah, sorry. I was like, oh, wait, I got him confused for a second, so that's on me, my bad.
I would have listened, but like Ariana Grande, the song which she has with The Weeknd is amazing. That song was it Save Your Tears?
Yeah, I do like that song. I mean, I guess I don't knock the album for having, because we already knew that Up and Watt was going to be on there. But like you said, and I guess I sound hypocritical because of what it did to the song, like Killing You Hoes. So I guess when thinking of the features, that I don't blame Nicki, though, for the average features. Like, I more so blame the feature artist for that. But I guess ultimately, if it is your project and you're listening through everything, I guess that is a fair criticism to an extent. But like you said, I went through it twice. The second time, you notice a lot more, and it grows on you. I really don't have any. When I think of the album, and Cardi in particular, to drop an album after that hiatus, like you said, to have it be 23 tracks, an hour and 11 minutes long, and still, I mean, essentially, Drew, you're not that you wanted more, but like you said, she could have even going. She could have kept going and did some of the stuff that the feature artist did. So to take that time off, to have no true song we all even said was skippable. There's songs we didn't add, but they weren't necessarily bad songs, right? And it's like, you talk your shit, you're not holding anything back, you're letting people know this is what I've accomplished. I'm still accomplishing things, but yet you still haven't caught up to where I was before my hiatus. Like, you add all that together and you think of the top projects that have dropped for this year. Yeah. Am I the Drama is right behind it. And I
agree.
I think I feel comfortable with saying a 9.5 because I'll only continue to enjoy this album the more I listen to it. But again, I'm impressed.
To mention too, content on this album.
Yes,
like, it's everything we wanted. We want her to talk about motherhood. We want Drake to talk about fatherhood. She actually talks about her marriage, and
bro,
divorce and all that. So,
bro, people are searching shit that's real. It's a lot of fake shit out here. It's a lot of stuff that people talk about we don't care about. Like, we want to be able to connect and hear, like, okay, what's going on? You took this time off. What's been happening in your life since that time off? Like, let us know or let us in. Not that you got to tell us everything, but kind of give us some perspective. And it's like, when you hear that, it's like, man, I see why you took time off. Shout out to you. I think that's
super dope. And her taking accountability, not just saying niggas ain't shit. She was like, yo, I could have been a better wife. You know, like I dropped the ball there too. Like, you know, like I was so focused on myself that you were going through things, because that makes sense. Like Offset lost his group mate. His group mate got killed, and we never heard about like how that was affecting their family. She said, I could have been better. Like, I think that's super dope. Like, and to put that in your music and be vulnerable and let us as fans in, that makes it even much better. Even more
well, then
better.
to put a little arc in it in the middle of the album with that, what's going on, and the I can't remember the other one, but yeah, 3 tracks in a row talking about it. Was dope.
Yeah, and to her point, I love this is actually an example on Apple Music of when they add kind of a little information about the artist and album, and she clarifies like. So, Invasion of Privacy dropped in 2018. We got to think back. I know it's 7 years, but, like, at one point, the world was shut down. Like, a lot of shit has happened in 7 years, right? And she clarifies, like, she wasn't just, you know, being a celebrity and doing celebrity things. Like, she was in the studio, but quite literally, like, had writer's block and was not liking a lot of the stuff that she was releasing, and was saying how she thought back to Invasion of Privacy and how the anticipation of the follow-up kind of placed certain expectations. So it's not like she just was, you know, lounging. Like, she really was in the studio more than, like, if she wasn't doing appearances, I think it was for, like, Fashion Week and stuff like that. She specifically states she was spending more time in the studio than she was at home. So, like, to hear that perspective and be like, man, again, we talk about the pressure she put on herself. So, saying all that to say, like, I'm very impressed, and I do think it'll be a top 5 album on the year. And I gave it a 9.5. So I just want to thank Cardi B for a very job well done. As we talk about the number of hip hop songs in the charts right now, I can guarantee that number will be going up after Cardi B drop, and that's what the big dogs do. So, man, I'm
right now they got it saying it's gonna hit 150. I think it's gonna be more. So by the end of the
I feel like it'd be over one, man. And that's crazy to think about, because we were just talking about numbers the last time we recorded and how Joey Badass has sold, his amount of numbers. So
all 23 songs are her top songs on Apple right now for her personal page. So it's the power. That's the power she's got.
The star power, like you said, Drew. Yeah. So is there any final thoughts y'all wanted to add? We've all given our ratings on the album. Anything else you guys want to mention before we?
Just very impressed. That's what I'll leave it with.
Yes.
Very impressed.
Yes.
I agree. So I mentioned 2 things I listened to. It wasn't really an album I did. I did something a little different. There's always been this old R&B, or technically they're yacht rock, I guess, but a group called Ambrose. I stumbled on more of their songs. I've always loved one specific song by that group. It's called How Much I Feel. But I randomly stumbled on another song of theirs that I really enjoyed, and just kind of had one of those nights where I went to Apple Music and just let they hits play, and like, that is a group that has really caught my attention as just like a yacht rock group that I knew I liked one song for, but now after listening to more of their bag, man, shout out to Ambrose, an amazing group. If you like yacht rock, I check them out. Matter of fact, let me get the name of the song that reeled me back in. I think it was How Can You Love Me, I think it was. But since then, I've added songs like Holding On to Yesterday, You're the Only Woman, and a song called Life Beyond LA. And what's cool about them, they have amazing voices, but also the live instruments that they allow to kind of take center stage in some of their songs. I feel like if you like music, you should check them out. Some of their work is from like 1970, so that's the only other thing I really listen to other than Cardi B.
I ain't listening to nothing else. I don't think I did. Hold on, let me check. I mean, I dabbled in some J Electronica, but we ain't
there we
that.
go. I have to. For our listeners, I have to. I listened to Act 2, The Patents of Nobility, in parentheses, The Turn, whatever the fuck that means, by J Electronica. This album was supposed to come out in 2010 or 2011, I believe.
Yes, yeah.
A whole bunch of shit happened. It never released. His debut album was a written testimony with Jay-Z. You can say what you want about that album, but this
he got washed. That's what I got.
He got washed.
He could not compete with Jay-Z, and how do you recover from that? Like,
and that was supposed to be his debut album, and that was 5 years ago. So now 5 years later, he finally releases the album that was supposed to come out in 2010, 2011. And I am just not a fan of his anymore, man. It is just talk rap. He's just talking and talking, and then there's audio of other people talking, and then there's just weird sounds and beats, which I'm usually a fan of, but it's got to have some rhythm or some kind of flow with it, but it's a mess of an album. On top of that, he's got the song Shiny Suit Theory with Jay-Z, which was on his last album. Like, what are we, like, who put this shit together? Like, I finished it, it was called, what was it? Welcome to Knightsbridge and Night of the Round Table, which...
Yeah.
They're the only two I liked off this album. And then the track he has actually features Jay-Z besides Shiny Suit Theory. It's just Jay-Z doing ad-libs in the back. I'm like, bro, I am so over you as a rapper. Like,
Road to Perdition. Yeah,
oh
that's
my
old
God.
too. Yeah.
Terrible. Oh, that's old? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Well, technically it's
That
all
just makes it
old.
even worse.
Technically
Makes
it's
it even
all
worse.
old. Yeah.
Makes it even worse, bro. It's just such a mumble jumble of just trash all piled in one. And I'm sure there's going to be the conscious hip hop people out there like, you're not listening for the right reasons. You can never relate to Jay Electronica. And I probably can't. I honestly probably can never relate to a thing.
Talk
But
your shit, Drew.
it has to sound good at some point, and it does not sound good. It's just... whatever, like you said, B, he had so much hype back in the day for that one track, Exhibit C. He had a bunch of features. He was on the Control feature, though, but people turned it off after Kendrick's verse, so...
It's so crazy to go back and listen to that after y'all broke down, like... It was just this... I'm thinking it's like a mixtape I mixed out on, or like some project that I had to... I literally asked y'all, like,
though, B.
yo,
like
what
that
can I go back?
That track went
it.
viral back in the day.
It was a really good song. So I'm like... But as you guys painted the perspective of this was setting people up for believing a full album was coming out with Just Blaze, like you said, Gerard, and like to think of moving past the, was it Snapfinger music? So now you get into the conscious, and I'm thinking back to that time, and it's like, okay, you got the big crits and everybody that's refreshing, like you painted that perspective process. I was like, okay, I can understand, but like, how do we get to the point of that dropping to nothing dropping until the Jay-Z combined project? But then Jay-Z, it was really Jay-Z's project because it wasn't really a close matchup. So I'm just like, how do we get to this point? And me remembering when he was with Erykah Badu, and that was one thing I really, I guess, got familiar with him from. So it's like, damn, I can hear, and as you guys painted that picture for me, but like at the same time, it's like, damn, he kind of was set up to fail. Like,
how much?
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't set up. No. That's him.
He did it to himself, yeah.
And that's another thing. Like, I'm not familiar. Like, kind of, can you guys, I guess, educate our listeners as to how it's his fault versus
he just
the
never
label,
put in the work. That's pretty much all it was.
So he put in the work. So I don't hate Jay Electronica as much as Andrew. So like I'm gonna just like give a different perspective. So the albums that he released this weekend, he released 3 albums this weekend. He turned in 11. So
Jesus
like
Christ.
that's the thing. So there wasn't like not enough music to put out. It was the fact that you can't
crazy.
market Jay Electronica as a traditional artist. Yeah, you can't market him as he don't have singles and stuff like that. You can't. He doesn't shoot music videos. Like that's not the type of artist. So it's hard to like. If you sign somebody to a record deal or something like that, it's hard to see how you gonna get your money back from him and stuff like that. And so,
that's the other thing. He doesn't care about money.
Yeah, and that's
one of the Rothschild daughters. So.
He's yes. That's also
crazy.
A part of the Jay Electronica lore.
Yeah.
So he is a person that just wants to get his music out, like. However he's feeling, his like the words, he wants the people to get the words. I would liken him to a preacher. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wants to like all of the songs are gonna come across like Islamic sermons.
Yes, and that's
you know what I'm saying.
One
like
of them
that's
sounds like that.
That's what they're gonna be like, and they all have either the Honorable Wesley Muhammad or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad or Louis Farrakhan. They're gonna have all of
on the new one. He's got Ronald Reagan, which is crazy.
Which talks about that talks about the 80s and the crack era so that it's gonna always talk about like the black nationalist movement. So all these things are things that like I study and that I'm into, so I understand it, but it's not for the masses. And so I understand why people can be like, dog, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like I get exactly where Drew is coming from, like, but Jay Electronica is this idea, this like that everybody had already put their mind on since 2010 because they thought he was the second coming of Nas. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to Act 2, that's what niggas thought immediately. It was like, oh, this is for us. Like the conscious rap, that's back. You get the Big Crips, you get the J. Cole's,
the most
like
deaths and Talibs.
The most deaths, like you get that, and that's what you thought he was. You thought he wanted to be a rapper. He does not give a fuck about being a rapper. Rap is just a vehicle for him to spread his message. So like I look like that. He look at him like a preacher. Like he just ain't got a church. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's what Jay like.
That paints a good perspective for casual like me. So I
it really does.
Explaining that.
B, you know how we had a checklist of like things J-Lec will talk about, like pyramids, UFOs, government. There's a new
the
one.
mothership for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's a new one, and it's Hurricane Katrina and the levees. He said that at least 5 other tracks I've heard of him before, and he did it.
And that's how you know it's old. That's how you know it's old. As fuck, and it probably shouldn't have been released, like because they just got it sitting in a vault.
Just kept it.
But also, was the 20-year anniversary of Katrina. He's from New Orleans, so
That's
like
true.
that talk like that. If you listen
or
to,
is he from Dearborn, or is he from Mississippi? That's the other lore. You never know where he's from.
Yeah. So,
man.
Yeah. But yeah.
Or is he a New York artist? You never know.
Man, he spent time everywhere. He's a fucking what's those people called that go everywhere?
Journeyman or Nomad.
Nomad. Yeah, that's yeah. But because he
give him 1 point. 1 point. He released an album, and Andre 3000 did not. So I will give him 1 point there.
I told you.
Hey, okay, I'll say this: he's released 3 albums now, which is
because like he released the album. So Drew was listening to Act 2. I had heard Act 2 through leaks and throughout the year, so I didn't really want to listen to that. I listened to the written testimony leaflets. I listened to it. That's the one with Drum and Quentin Miller.
Yeah.
Like, and so 3 out of the 7 songs are good because he's rapping on them.
Yeah,
the other 4
messages.
The other 4, I told you, I was like, bro, this is an audiobook. Like this nigga's just talking and reading sermons. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I said, these are things I study, so I was interested. I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe I'll go back and try to break down what the fuck he's talking about it later. All right, because I'm in music listening mode. I'm not trying to study right now. Exactly. So like that. Then he released another album called Written Testimony: Power at the Rate of My Dreams. Whatever. All right, you know. And so, like I said, he got Dr. Wesley Muhammad. He got West Side Gun on it. And it's 5 tracks. And, like, I'm like, bro, okay. And I think Hit Boy produced a couple tracks. So, yeah.
But he just on that one?
Yeah, he was rapping on the one that Hit Boy released. Yeah.
I listened to Leaflets, and I listened to Act 2, the album. Are you planning on listening to it, to the actual album?
I might.
I want you to just to hear.
So here's the thing: they not long. They not long.
No,
they just
you're
like
gonna
this
get
was
super
like
frustrated with how it's
12 minutes long. So I'll just And he keep releasing like EPs. Like they be like 5 tracks, like 6 tracks. Like bro, all right, man.
Yeah, he completely lost me as an artist, which is sad to say.
Yeah,
damn. Well, is there anything else that y'all have listened to for this past week?
I also listened to Jermaine Dupri's album Magic City. It's a super dope album. It's paying homage to one of the strip clubs in Atlanta called Magic City that Jermaine frequented and like pretty much was the, I guess, hub for Atlanta rap back in the early 2000s because that's where Big Meech, you know, and BMF was throwing money and stuff like that. They all have relationships with that, and that's what Jermaine Dupri spent a lot of his time before he was releasing stuff, and so it was super dope. And it's basically like a Atlanta compilation album. And so the standout tracks from that album that I really enjoyed was Bow Wow got a track on there with Travis Porter called She's a Freak. Bro, that shit so fire. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit fire as fuck. And then Rich Homie Quan got a song on there, R.I.P. to him. T.I., Young Dro, and Akeem Ali. I don't know if y'all familiar who Akeem Ali is. Like he's one of the new rappers coming out of Atlanta. He's like a smooth talker, like talk about like girls and stuff like that. Him, Dro, and T.I. got a track called Pussy Got Me, which basically talking to the ladies. Like and I think that's I think it's gonna be a hit in the strip clubs whenever you go to the strip clubs.
All right, I heard that.
But like all these songs are strip club songs. Just to be frank, like they're all for like dancers, like so. And I think it's a couple dancers that dance in Magic City that had aspirations of being rappers that JD actually helped produce them so they can rap on these records too. So like and he has a documentary on Hulu. It's basically the soundtrack to this album. So watch the documentary on Hulu called Magic City. It tells you how Magic City and how it was how it started and the culture of Atlanta for Magic City, and then listen to the album. It's dope. So, and I love how both Jermaine Dupri and what's his name, the other Atlanta producer,
From Metro Boomin.
Yeah, I love how they both released albums this year, showing love to Atlanta and that music. So. Yeah, and they both were super dope.
The first 3 off it. It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
I knew the documentary was dropping. I didn't know there was a album dropping for that too. So I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
especially Bow Wow song. Whatever song you said would go hard.
No, Bow Wow. And, I'm a big Bow Wow fan because we grew up with Bow Wow. I don't think he get enough credit for being as great as he is. I think a lot of his actions have been a little corny and people would like hold that against him, but as an artist, Bow Wow is elite and he should be mentioned with the greats. So he basically showed like, hey y'all, like y'all not about to play on my name with this music shit. Y'all can talk about all that social media. This music shit, I do this for real. And he got busy. like so.
No, I'm excited to listen to that. I had no idea. But that's Drew, was there anything else you had?
No.
Okay. So other than that, I haven't been watching much when it comes to like TV shows. I've been doing the YouTube, watching a few things here and there, but sports is on. So I feel like I'm man, this is my favorite time of year, especially about to roll in the NBA season, OVO season, but have basketball, football, playoff baseball all at the same time. It's personally my favorite time of the year. So I just have a few things here, and I guess we can wrap. I want to know you guys' thoughts on this huge game coming up tomorrow night between the Lions and the Ravens. But since the last time we recorded, the Lions, for the first time in franchise history, produced a game with 500-plus total net yards, 5 passing touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns. It was the epitome of belts to asses. Jared Goff now has 5 NFL starts in which his team has scored at least 50 points, which tied Peyton Manning at 5 for the 4th most such starts by a quarterback since 1950, and trailing only Tom Brady, who has 8 starts, Drew Brees with 6, and Lynn Dawson that has 6. So, again, I'm going to give kudos to where it's due.
You know what? I'm shocked that they're still finding ways to break records after the last 2 years. So, like, every record that comes in now, I'm like, holy moly.
Like, and I kept thinking, because I think we all came on and expected them to beat the Bears and make up for their Week 1 performance. But to Gerard's point, man, like, for Lions fans to remember back to where we was once upon a time, to being 0-16, the damn near month into the season, we looking forward to mock drafts and seeing who we may get. Like, to go from that, like you said, Drew, like what breaking records as an offense. Like the fact that getting 50 points in a Week 2 game, none of us are surprised because we literally put up 50 last year, and it's like to have any type of entitlement based on our history and being, I guess, in a rush to react the way that they did after Week 1, it's like, settle down. We know y'all bandwagon fans, but like let's settle down. There's no reason for any fan to ever be entitled with the team that has this much talent after all the years we watched and literally talent-wise could not compete with other NFL teams. Right. So it was just like, they did everything that I expected them to do. And I will say the Bears, I didn't expect them to be one of the top teams in the NFC, but I did not expect them to look as bad as they have. Basically, I mean, they didn't look good in the game against the Lions, and then they let the Vikings come back and look like a completely different team in the second half. So I look forward to seeing how the offense looks against the Ravens, but over 450 teams in NFL history have played each other or have played each of their first 2 games of a season on the road. The Buccaneers are now the third team in NFL history to win each of their first 2 games of a season, both on the road, by 3 points or fewer, joining the 1979 Browns and the 1988 49ers.
Damn.
Again, I'm a huge football and sports buff, and to imagine what it's like to be a team where you play not just your first game, but your first 2 games on the road, you win both of them, now you coming back home, and mind you, people weren't looking at the Buccaneers as like, this huge team. They're still without Godwin. But when you watch the way that their defense operates, when you see Baker Mayfield making certain plays, Emeka, I'm a booker. Bro, like, I saw people saying they look at him as like a Amon-Ra St. Brown type, and you see the game, it's like, bro.
My new Guillotine guy, you're right.
Bro, he literally called game and was like, yo, throw me a post route and ended the game. Like, you don't see shit like that from a rookie. Like, his route running. Like, I enjoy just watching the Buccaneers. Mike Evans still doing the damn thing. Like, just 1,000 yards every year. I just wanted to shout out the Buccaneers, even with them in the NFC. Like, to do what they've done and 2 games on the road to start your year, like, bro, you can't ask for more than that as head coach. So, wanted to give them kudos on that. But like I said, tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, Lions traveling to Baltimore. Curious, y'all expectations, how y'all feel the game is going to go. If you're willing to make a prediction, because personally, I can see that game going either way. What I really want to see, the Lions get shredded typically by mobile quarterbacks, and I just want to see, like, how this particular defense is built for that type of quarterback, but I still expect Lamar to get busy. Like, I more so want to see how they fill the gap when it comes to meeting Derrick Henry, all of 6'3", 220 in the A gap. Like, how's the team going to look against? I mean, to me, this would be my dream scenario when it comes to the Super Bowl. So, and we saw the game against the Bills; it was explosive. So I'm highly anticipating that. But I'm not going to say if the Lions lose this game, all hope is lost. Like, the Ravens are a really good team. So let's see how they match up. Curious what y'all think.
I mean, because of how we responded against the Chiefs and the Bills, I think we're going to play Baltimore well. Last time we played them, they put belt to ass to us, so I expect the team to come out a little bit more physical and not let that shit happen. I don't expect Derrick Henry to have a big game because the Lions historically are a great run defense. Lamar might have a big game though. So Lamar might have a big game, but I expect to see our offense stand up to the challenge as well because the Ravens defense sound good.
I was about to say
these last 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? They gave up a lot of points, so so I feel like we could put some points on the board as well. So I'm expecting to see a really good game. Either it could be a barn burner and nobody scores and it'd be 13-10. Or we about to put up 50 with them. So, I don't know who going to win because we struggle against the Ravens, historically. We struggle. So, I would like to see a good game, but I'm not my expectation is not that they'll win, So, I hope they win. I just don't. I'm not holding my breath, so.
I mean, we should have won that one year, but they had a record-breaking kick against us.
Man, he hit a 69-yard field goal, bro.
You can't do anything about that.
You can't do shit about that, bro.
Man.
Yeah, they carved us last time. We still played tough, though, that whole game, even though, I mean, we were still trying to figure things out as a team. It is early in the season, though, still right now, so I feel if we lose, it's not the end of the world, but I think this game's going to be a shootout. Both of our secondaries, ours and theirs, aren't the best right now. They still need to fine-tune a lot of things. Yeah, we were good last week, but the offense was very impressive. We still let Bears get, 2-3 touchdowns against us? Pretty easy ones, too. That one to Odunze was like a cakewalk, pretty much.
No, fully agree.
I just think we just got to step up there, but I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
I look forward. I think my expectation personally is I think it'll be very similar to the game against the Bills. That they had first week of the season. But the main thing I'll be watching again is Jared Goff. You see what he did against the Bears at home. We all know he tends to be much better at home versus on the road. Like we said, the last time they went on the road and played the Ravens, it didn't go well. It was belt to ass. So it's like, okay, you had this record-breaking performance. How do you do against a team like the Ravens? They're going to send you, multiple looks. They do have playmakers on that defense, but again, we saw the Bills drop 40 points on them. But for a long part of that game, the Ravens had a very convincing lead. The Bills had to come back. So it's like, okay, how's the O-line gonna look? Because we know the Ravens defense is gonna look like the Bears. Like they're gonna send some looks. Will the O-line be able to communicate without having the advantage of being at home, the crowd being, quieter than the Ravens' home field advantage is gonna be loud there. I also want to see how do we get J-Mo involved versus, the vertical routes. Can we get him creative and get the ball in his hands where he's able to make plays? Who's going to step up outside of Aiden Hutchinson on the defensive line?
Yeah.
Like, I was reading analytics. There's no defensive tackle in the game right now that gets double teamed more than DJ Reader. So the better Tyleek Williams.
Yeah, Tyleek Williams. Yep.
As a rookie and getting better as pass rush moves, but like you're not going to have a Davenport. So who's going to be that opposing defensive end? And also, at some point, you're going to have to use a spy against Lamar. Who's going to be that guy? Is it going to be a guy like, Brian Branch, which I think he's fully capable, but at the same time, then that leaves somebody else having to cover a guy like Zay Flowers. Like, who's going to be that guy to step up? Are we going to see finally? I think he had more strong moments than I think he got credit for. I can't think of his name. Our rookie, our second-year cornerback, Terrion Arnold.
Yeah.
He arguably he has an interception if Brian Branch doesn't tap the helmet of Caleb Williams. But again, there was moments where he looked a little lost in coverage, but there was some moments where he made plays. So it's like, okay, who's going to be that guy to step up and say, all right, I'm going to follow Zay Flowers if anybody decides to do that. But you have to contain Lamar in the pocket, but also at some point he's going to take off.
Yeah.
We've always struggled. We've seen guys like Geno Smith who isn't as athletic. We've seen even Caleb Williams in a loss.
Baker too.
He got out the pocket, Baker. So it's like, okay, if he does do that and we don't have, that guy opposite of Aiden Hutchinson who we know he's going to get double team, triple team. It's like, who are going to be those guys? I think a guy like Jack Campbell, I would love to see him step up. And he's looked very solid during so far in the year. So it's like, I just want to see who's going to be the defensive playmakers to step up offensively, as long as the O-line blocks better than they did week 1, similar to what they did week 2. I think the running game, I don't think the Ravens going to have an answer for that. So, I mean, once you contain Gibbs, you still got to worry about Monty. Like, the Lions have weapons, but it's like it's going to come down to Jared Goff, what he does on the road, and then who's going to be the defensive playmakers to step up. Because, I mean, you're going to have to score points to beat the Ravens. Like, they're going to score. They're going to put the ball in the end zone. So, I think it will be exciting, though. Like, I'm looking forward to it, and I think this is the Lions are getting some very formidable opponents. When you think of the Packers, like, the Bears might look like a high school team right now, but, like, the Ravens are legit. So, let's see how the cards lie, man. I'm excited for the game.
Same here.
Anything else y'all want to add about the game or expectations or any final predictions y'all have?
Go Lions, but even if they lose, I'm not mad.
Yeah, I just want to see a good game. And the older I get, I remember growing up, my dad used to always say that, like, Dad, who you want to win if it wasn't a Detroit team? He's like, son, I just want to see a good game. And as you get older, and like you said, Drew, waiting until, 11 o'clock last night for Michigan State? Like, if I'm going to invest my time, I need this game to be worthy of my attention. So
I fell asleep, woke up, and it was the end of the third quarter. I'm like, you got it. So then I fell asleep again and woke up, and my TV was just, the purple screen, as we call it.
Purple screen. Hey, and on that note, if we don't have anything else, I think that is a great place to wrap. Are y'all good with that?
Yeah. Oh, this is the countdown to episode 200, by the way. This is 180.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Little
nugget.
Also, one last thing. I watched Superman because it's on HBO Max.
Holy shit, yeah.
It was actually really good.
I want to
Come
see
on, try to talk to me.
It was
like, do you
actually
remember what I was
really
saying?
good.
Like, people were saying, like, I mean, some people didn't like it. Some people said it was too political. It's like, bro, like, the way that they captured the flying, like, this was one of the better Superman movies, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you finally got. Imagine seeing that in theaters, like.
And James Gunn did a great job of, like, listen, we've all saw Superman's origin stories. I'm glad he just said, y'all know what happened. Start him off in the middle of this shit. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Y'all know who the fuck he is. Like, I like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you're new here, you shouldn't be. If you're new here, watch Smallville, then watch this movie. Like, and then, get your shit going. Like, if you watch the whole, like, series of Smallville, and when you come in on this Superman movie, you'll know who Supergirl is, you'll know who Crypto is, you'll know who Superman, Lois Lane, you'll know all that shit already. So, we ain't got to keep having conversations, doing this shit over and over again. Like, so I fucked with it. Like, I really liked it. And it was, like, it was comedic relief. all of that. Like, so it was dope.
What do you think of Lex Luthor, Gerard, his performance?
I like Lex Luthor. I like him. I think it was a great. He did a great job of like, detailing the hatred that Luthor had for Superman. Like, I feel like that was really good. Yeah.
And fun fact, he talked about, he has an interview where he actually went for the role of Superman, and they were like, actually, we kind of think you would be better as Lex. And he read the script, and he's like, you know what? I agree with that. So to see that perspective, and like you said, like watching that movie, you really think this man real life hate everything about Superman and want him gone any means necessary. So I also feel like that movie was a good setup for whichever one that comes next. Like, they literally had, I don't think they could have better job setting up whatever movie is going to come after this.
Yeah. I think, I think it's dope that they did a great job of setting up, if they want to create like a universe, they can do that off this Superman movie. Like, you don't have to like start all over again. Like, you can start off, like, jump off of that, keep going, just like they do with the Marvel shit. I think they did a great job setting this up. Like, so
I'm glad
you said it was on Max.
Yep,
it's on Max.
Yep.
Oh, you haven't seen it still, Drew?
I need to see it. No, I've been.
Bro, when you see it, I look forward to revisiting this and seeing what you think of the performances.
Well, now that I know it's on there, I'm gonna check it out now.
It's dope, Drew. It's dope.
I still got to see Thunderbolts too. I've been slacking on that.
I do too.
Thunderbolts is fire to me too. Like, so I don't know.
I don't understand why the reviews. Everybody I know that saw it said that they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed Thunderbolts. Like, so yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what people's expectations of these superhero movies is no more. I think since after the pandemic and Marvel wasn't able to really get going like that, I think our taste level is a little foggy. Like, so people just got to keep releasing projects, and we'll get back into it. But I really enjoyed Thunderbolts and Superman. So
I read to say I did watch a movie. It's on Max. That movie Friendship with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd. Have you guys seen it all, or seen the preview?
Is it good?
So it's where Tim Robinson, him and his wife just beat cancer, and right down the street, Paul Rudd just moves, and a package is delivered to his house. So he goes and takes it to him. They end up hanging out, having a great night, and he becomes like attached as a friend. And he's got this new buddy. He doesn't really have much in his life. Everything's going well. And then he gets invited over one night to hang out with his other friends, and it just goes downhill from there. So it's really funny though. I enjoyed it. Tim Robinson to me is a guy who's just naturally funny to me. Like,
he's
some
hilarious.
of the faces he makes, it kills me the shit he does. But there's some dark humor in it too, which it gets a little weird towards the end of the movie. But it's worth a watch, I'd say.
Okay,
it's fun. It's different. It's different. It's different. It's like an obsessive friend, pretty much, and he thinks things are just going so well until they don't all of a sudden. So I'd say check it out. Yeah,
you got me wanting to check it out.
Yeah. It's an A24 movie, so there's always some weird shit about it.
Yeah, it's always
something weird about their movies.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah. Well, on that note, this has been another episode 180 apparently.
Yep,
Thank
180.
you. Man, that's incredible to think about, man.
Just we gotta start preparing the live episode, boys.
We definitely do.
We do.
Also, I was gonna say too, probably in like a couple weeks we should do a live hangout for the Lions game. If they got a Sunday night or something.
Oh, yeah.
Do they have a Sunday night coming up?
Shit, hopefully they got a 1 p.m. game, because last week was beautiful. Like that apparently that's not the norm.
I'm willing to pull up if it's a Sunday. If it's a Sunday night and it's not at home, because I'll probably be there.
We didn't say too. They play on Christmas as well this year, so
they do.
Maybe we'll link up for Christmas Day, boys. You never know.
Honestly, I'm open for whatever. So Gerard said a Sunday game that's a road game more than likely, because he will be at the game.
I mean, shit, Gerard goes to every away game now, so it's gonna be hard to get him.
Fuck out of here! All right.
On that note, this has been episode 180 of True Hip Hop Sensations and Casual. Until the next time, y'all be easy.
One.
Take care.